Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master today. Today we are kicking off actually a little new thing. At the time of recording, it is the first week of the kind of quarantine or mandate work from home stuff for the COVID-19 crisis in North America, at least, is over, and we have many of our regular players who have been forced to work from home and feeling a little cooped up. So in the interest of giving everyone an opportunity to blow off some steam, we've made some changes to some of our weekend games for the duration of this. And today we're kicking off the short campaign playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. And we are going to be playing through the Legacy of the Crystal Shard adventure that was originally published at the time of the D&D Next, or the D&D 5th Edition playtest. So, let's see here. So George is having some difficulty. So what we're doing right now, we're still in the process of sorting out some connection issues, and we're making everyone's characters, but we figured we would jump on and kick off this session 0. Guys, why don't you tell us who you are, and maybe let's go with what your level of what do you call it? Your level of exposure to D&D 2nd Edition, or AD&D 2nd Edition has been. We'll start off with the person with the least amount of exposure to it, Andrew.
I am Andrew, and yeah, I have zero exposure to, well, not entirely zero exposure to AD&D.
Ooh, nice.
I have a couple books that I just picked up at like thrift stores
nice.
over the years.
Ooh, Tome of Magic will be helpful.
Tome of Magic is actually very helpful to me and Wilderness Survival Guide, even in running my 5th edition games. They give me lots of cool ideas. Yeah. But yeah, I have no experience with AD&D, so this is going to be interesting, but I'm looking forward to this.
Excellent. I'm just letting George know to keep on trying and get connected. Next up is Mo.
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm fairly experienced in 1st edition, but I played 2nd edition once as an experiment in my group a couple of years ago. We did a retro game.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find my character, otherwise I'd have possibly tried to reintroduce them. But
nice.
So yeah, I think we'd switched to sort of very homebrewy 1st edition stroke Rollmaster by the time 2nd came out. So
okay,
this is fairly new to me.
Nice. Excellent. Well, I mean, if you're familiar with 1st edition, you're going to, you're like 95% there already, especially if you're familiar with some of the supplements. Next up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I, as of a couple months ago, hadn't ever played 2nd edition, but now I've gotten some experience with it with our Night Below campaign. So, yeah, I would call myself somewhat experienced. Certainly enough to make a character by myself.
Nice. Next up is Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Although Beckby Black Box was the first, and the Rules Cyclopedia after were the first ones I ever read, 2nd edition was the first RPG I ever played. So I've goes years back. So, I never played as much as a kid as I would like. So there's probably people. Arlen at this point might even have more playing a character PC experience than I do at this point, but. It's always running the game because everybody else refused to buy the books. So
yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
Read.
And last but not least is Hobbs.
Hey everyone, I am Jason Hobbs, and I've been playing 2nd edition since it came out, probably. So yeah, a long time. But I still don't want to make my own character.
That may have been one of the reasons we were lazy, because I was finishing typing up Hobbs' character. So what I didn't do, though, is because it's fun, buying your gear and whatnot is I think, something that's fun to do. I didn't buy your gear. Hobbs, you're playing kind of at least the way I've done your specialization is sort of a sword and board fighter. So you may want to get one or both of those in your...
Yeah, I saw that. I also saw that you had him with black hair, and he's obviously not one of these Northmen, so he comes from somewhere else.
Yeah, you guys, the campaign starts with you. You guys are all hired swords. You may have some connections to the 10 Towns and to the Icewind Dale, but you're not. You don't need to worry about being part of the what are they called, the battle hammer, dwarves or any shit like that.
Okay, cool. That's what I was curious about.
Yeah, no. You guys are. That's why I wasn't super concerned about sending a lot of campaign info. Is it's assumed you've come from Luskan, which is a town on the North Sword Coast, and you are basically like the last caravan in before winter sets in. So
nice.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll deal with some some connections between the characters as we sort of go through and meet who these guys are. You can feel free change specializations, change your what do you call it, character portrait if you want to, Hobbs. I'm not fussed, one way or the other. But so the folks listening at home, what you've missed thus far is we have rolled up some of the characters are almost fully complete. Some of the characters are in a different state of assembly right now. But what I'll do is let's go back to, since Andrew, this is your first time with AD&D Second. Let's see how your guys coming together. Where is your character here? Did you name him?
I have just now put a name on him. We'll go with Cola.
Okay. I thought I'm like, Tom Brady, what the fuck?
No.
Okay, so Cole, let's see what your stats are here. So you've come up with your wisdom. What race are you?
Well, based on what I'm seeing in the player's handbook, if I was going to go priest, I seem to be limited to human.
If you we were talking before we went live as well too about one of the things. This is set in the Forgotten Realms, obviously. One of the things with Forgotten Realms is you also have specialty priests, and the specialty priests can be anything, and clerics don't know, like anyone can, any race can be a priest, except I'm not sure if gnomes can. Let's see here, because gnomes are godless. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what.
They seem like it.
They seem like it, yeah.
God, what's his name or whatever's their god.
Yeah, like I think the four basic classes, apart from like dwarves and wizards, I think everyone can play everything. Let's see here. Gnome, or hold on.
I mean, I'm also happy to be a human.
You can be, you can absolutely be human as well. Where is cleric? Priest.
Or maybe a dwarf.
Yeah, you can be human, dwarf, elf, gnome, or half elf if you want to be a cleric.
The heck, we'll go dwarf. Why not?
Dwarf, nice. Dwarf and cleric, love it. Now, what kind of god? So the gods in Forgotten Realms are pretty much the same, like dwarven or gods that you see in all the other like D&D supplements. What's his name? Moradin is the god of like the dwarves, the high god. Clangeddon, Silverbeard is the god of battle. I think Dumathoin is the god of the earth and the underground.
I think Clamidin kind of speaks to me. I can go with like a battle mage kind of feel to this guy. I don't want to make it too complicated or.
Well, here's a cool thing. So this is the Demi-Human Deities supplement, which has all the. It's the non-human equivalent of the. What do you call it? The face and avatars with all the different classes. So Clangeddon, you can play a general cleric, which is like just out of the player's handbook or the for Golden Glory if you're using that. But Clangeddon also have a specialty priest class called the Allegor. And what the Allegor get is... So they are proficient with battle axes, armor. Battle axes and any armor. They can use any weapons, any armor. You need a strength of 15 and a wisdom of 9, so you might need to swap to get that strength a little higher. And what they get, in addition to other special, they can cast spells just like a cleric, but you also get, you can multi-class as a fighter. You can select proficiencies, non-weapon proficiencies from the warrior group and the fighting style specializations if you're playing a fighter. And you, starting at first level, you can cast Command as the first level spell in combat situations twice per day. So the main difference is that you're going to get, yeah. Do specialty priests have a slower XP gain? Is that why they're... Let's see here. I'm trying to remember. Because here's one difference as well, too. It's something I forgot to mention in my stupid video. Different classes have different XP charts, Andrew. Like the way that it balances the different classes. Some like thieves advance a hell of a lot faster than anyone else, and I think it's magic users that advance the slowest.
But and then I assume that that is balanced out by the returns on that sacrifice of speed
Exactly.
are greater as they get.
Yes, and then like the way it's the reason they do that is because it's for game balance. Rather than trying to balance all the classes to be all the same at each level, it matches your XP is sort of the thing that judges your overall power level. But that's AD&D second and AD&D in general is not really concerned about balance that much. Wizards in particular, wizards and spellcasters can get phenomenally powerful at higher levels, and fighters punch above their weight at lower levels. Although, I mean, fighters can still be pretty darn effective at higher levels as well, too. But
Okay.
let me see here.
So I made that swap then. I swapped the dex and my strength, so I've got the strength of 16.
Nice.
I think you said the other minimum was a 9 wherever it needed to be, but I have nothing below.
Nothing below.
13,
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so one thing you're going to need to do is your wisdom will be reduced to an 18 because your maximum score is an 18. I know, so cheap. Madison, you give it
I got
and you
so
take
excited
away.
about that 20.
You give it and you take it away, Kev. And then dwarves, as a dwarf, you also get, let's see
Right.
here.
+1 con and -1
Charisma, yeah.
So 14.
Yeah. Okay.
14.
Okay, and then...
I love that +1 constitution makes absolutely no difference in terms of...
no. But you know what it does, though? Okay, so the way that skills work in this is the non-weapon proficiencies are effectively what are skills in this. And the way that you make your skill checks is you make a d20 roll. You want to roll the related stat or less. So having a 14 dex, think of it like a 60% chance or 70% chance of succeeding on a skill check.
Okay, so I want low rolls on those non-weapon skill checks.
Yes, when you're making non-weapon skill checks, you want to roll low. When you're making saving throws, you want to roll high.
This damn game is backwards.
When you want to make your attack rolls, you want to roll high. It's great
we
because...
haven't gotten to me trying to figure out Thaco. That's going to be a fun experience for everybody.
You know, you won't need to... it'll automate everything in this game.
Thankfully.
Yeah, so that's good.
Okay.
The funniest is seeing people like Dave in our Night Below campaign routinely pleads with the dice to try and trick it. So that if he's rolling surprise and he wants to roll low...
Thaco, well, I'm convinced the reason Thaco has a bad reputation is because we learned D&D before we learned how to subtract negative integers. That's my theory on that. So, like, when you get to, like, negative armor classes, it's like, how do I do that? Like,
yeah. It's because we learned as kid brain, and, like, our brains were ready to absorb everything.
Exactly, yeah.
I actually liked... when you mentioned that in your video this week, I'm only about halfway through, but when you got to that part, I was like, yeah, actually, I think that theory makes a lot of sense, because I've spent my entire life learning or thinking about the world in one way, and this is quite the opposite of that, and then that adjustment's gonna be weird in my head.
Yeah. No, it was someone, actually, it was a guy who handles GM champions on the Discord server. He was the one who pointed out, he's like, look, I got friends who are adults coming to this who are, scientists or whatever else, and they had a hard time with it. And it's just that it's a different way of thinking, and when you're a kid, it's easier to adapt that shit. Okay, so let's see here. We got your stats. So your class is going to be a Alagor, Alaghor. Your alignment will be lawful good or lawful neutral. And your prime requisites are strength and wisdom, which means you need to have a 16 in both in order to get a plus 10% to your XP. And it looks like you do, so that's pretty awesome.
All right, so it's all entered in.
I'm going to enter your Thaco for you here, because everyone's Thaco starts at a 20. And let's see here. What else do you get to do? I've got rid of your thing there. Okay. Let's see. So there are. I'm going to send you the stuff. Actually, I think I've got this from sending it to Dave. Dave plays actually an Allegor in our Night Below campaign too. Apparently, something about dwarves and battle priests is very popular. So what? Oh, and you also have access to a specific Clangeddon beard or Clangeddite beard, not beard, spell called Silverbeard that you. Let's see here. It transforms your beard into a silver shield, and it grants you +1 AC for the duration.
What?
Yeah, and then over time, you slowly get more and more gray in your beard. That's the.
I think I'll have to try to get a PDF of this so I can copy and paste some of this or type this stuff out.
For sure, yeah.
Sheet. I'm not gonna be able to.
Oh, you don't need to remember this stuff on the fly. Like we'll do this as we go. Okay, so what do we need to do next here? Next, let's look at your intelligence is 15, which means you get +4 proficiency slots. So that will give you a total, I think, of 7.
And where are those?
So I'm gonna look at Golden Glory for you. Okay, so for Golden Glory, the proficiencies, and you're gonna get a couple bonus ones from being a priest, or the Allegor. In Golden Glory, they start on page 35. Priests, get 4 starting skills, so you actually have 8 proficiencies.
All right, let's do that.
Though they aren't laid out the same as they're in the player's handbook. Okay. What you can choose from is the ones that will cost you whatever the listed price is. Like, for instance, if you look at, say, page... where are we here? Oh, you know what's really... Okay, this is something that's a little frustrating, is it doesn't list everything. There's some tables in there, but that doesn't summarize all of the skills. There's trade skills, so don't... Basically, trade skills, perform skills, knowledge skills. All right, so as you go through here, general skills are things that anybody can learn. So you can select from general skills. The way the skills are listed in this is it tells you what kind of skill it is. It'll be general, rogue, warrior, wizard, or priest. It'll also tell you what stat it uses, and then it'll tell you how many skill points it costs. Basically, think of it, you got 8 skill points you can spend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. For everyone else too, Hobbs, did you roll up your GP?
No, not yet. I was trying to figure out what the Myrmidon kit does.
Oh, yeah, it's in the player. Do you have access to the player's, what do you call it, the
Fighter Companion?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I probably have it somewhere, but I have no idea where.
Okay, just give me 1 second here, Andrew. I'm just going to let Hobbs know so he can get going. So the Myrmidon, basically you're like the career warrior. So that's why you've got ancient history, which they say specializes in military history. Special benefits. First, you get a free weapon specialization. So enjoy your extra weapon specialization. Second, you are usually in the employ of some powerful patron, and this is sort of, I imagine you're sort of the one who's the senior dude on the caravan here. And the major hindrance is that you are instantly recognizable by your military demeanor, your erect posture, and your... Yeah, so I think basically you're going to be the one that people will pick out as the career soldier when you walk in. And second hindrance is your employer. Naturally, your employer makes demands of you. If you're a bodyguard, you may accompany your thing, blah, blah, blah. That's unlikely to carry on for terribly long. Your wealth from your kit is 5d4 times 10 gold.
Okay. Did you already use the extra weapon specialization?
No, I forgot that you got that. I looked at the non-weapons, added those in, and then completely forgot. So.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so he's got to add that in. All right, and Andrew, so yours, does that make sense as like how much each of the skills cost you?
I think so. So I'm seeing the... Oh, shoot. Where did my page go now? My mouse just jumped. Okay. So, for example, riding.
Yep.
I see riding. It's a general, so I can take it.
Yep.
It uses dexterity. I see the bonus, and then it says 1 skill point. So that's the cost.
That's the cost, and then the score. Is there a modifier next to riding?
It says general dexterity
Plus
plus 0.
zero.
So I'm assuming that's the modifier.
You got it. Yeah. So what your dexterity score counts, or your proficiency score counts as, is whatever your dex is. So it's 14.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And then you can take things because you're an Algar. You can select at like whatever the listed cost is, things from the warrior, the priest, or the general. You also can take from wizard or rogue. It just costs you twice as many skill points, and you will get more skill points when you hit, I think, level 4.
Okay.
So, and one thing that recent experience with this, the healing proficiency is greatly appreciated by your allies, because you can actually spend a day treating everyone, and you buff their healing rate up to a 3 per day as opposed to 1.
Yeah, I think I could probably do that.
I think you'd be the most popular girl at the party. Okay. Anyone else have questions about their characters as we're going through here?
I had a question about the character sheet.
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out how to on the non-weapon proficiencies.
Yep.
I don't really understand how this thing is written, because it's
So the non-weapons. Let me see here. I think what if you want to add the stat and then the modifier from your proficiency, like, you know, some things are like wisdom -1. You can enter it that way, or you can just put the number, do the calculation yourself, and put the number in. It's never going to change. So,
but like, okay, but every proficiency has like the negative. There's often a negative to the end of it, so it's like you get penalized. Like it's
yep.
After,
So you can choose to enter that as a negative, or you can just choose to do the math beforehand and then just enter in whatever the score. It's going to net the same result.
Yeah, because whenever I'm doing it, it's like rolling against 150. So obviously, I'm always succeeding. So it's.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I don't know what's going on here. So I put in the actual. I tried putting in the actual score because it didn't seem like there was a place to.
Okay, so just take the modifier out. Yeah, just put what the actual, whatever the, if it gives you -1 or +1, then just, yeah, because once I take those out.
Okay, so that works right there. But then we'd have to. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep a note about how much I get negative subtraction.
No. Just do that now and then put the number in, whatever because it's not going to change. So like if cross country running is your stat -1, just put your stat -1 as the number in there.
Yeah, that's where I had the issue, because if I did cross country, I think it's Taylor's -1, for example. Like, you see, look what it does. It does 101 when I put.
Right, hold on. So just put 9. Put 9 instead of 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, it still is hard for adults, guys.
This isn't working. Like, there's the easiest way to work around this. Steve had the same problem too. Steve, it was just like, I'd tell it to him and then his eyes would go cross. Oh man.
Yeah. Do the math. God.
Okay. So, anyone else having issues with their proficiencies?
So I had a question.
Of course.
Because this game is classist, there aren't any interesting academic backgrounds for fighters for kits.
I agree with that.
I was wondering if instead of choosing one of the pre-listed kits, I could just call a kit like Scribe and get reading and writing as a non-weapon proficiency.
Give me a sec here. I think I got an idea for reskinning. Because I want you to have more than just a free proficiency. That's
well, I'm fine with just one free proficiency because that sort of fits my character background idea.
Oh, I know you just want a free proficiency.
No, I'm fine with just one and no other bonuses or penalties, because a lot of the other ones I know have other bonuses or penalties, and I'm like, they're kind of cool, but.
Okay, that one's too extreme. Extreme.
What does sword and board technique get you?
Gives you a -1 AC when you are wielding a one-handed weapon and a shield.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on top of your normal shield benefit. You know, I'm fine with that for now, Arlen. That's cool.
Okay.
I don't want to
Yeah.
waste time going that. But yeah, and I'll think of it. There's something else we could maybe do with that as well, because it would be neat to have a little more flourish to it,
Cool.
rather than just being I'm good at book learning. Okay, so Andrew, how goes your skill selections?
So far, I think. I mean.
Oh, I think your mic might be. Oop, up.
Oh, is there better?
Perfect.
Okay, sorry. I forgot to head it up. So far, I'm taking healing, use rope, and riding.
Okay.
I thought about swimming, but if I'm going to be a hardy little dwarf warrior cleric, given what you said last night in the video about the rules for armor and swimming, like, I don't want to have to get naked every time I want to swim.
If you're wearing,
So-
if you're wearing any
to be
metal
a-
armor, you don't swim. You sink.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't think there's any point in wasting the skill point.
Mm.
They're
And also, I mean, like, depending, dwarves, just generally from where they typically tend to
not
live.
going to want to. Water's not something.
Where's
they're
the
all
expo?
that
Yeah,
keen
yeah.
on.
Like, where are you going to have the opportunity to really learn that
So
stuff?
I've got the healing. I'm just trying to think of like what other things if the group would find useful from a priest's perspective. Like I'm thinking things like herbalism, maybe religion would make sense as well.
So you're going to get a free weapon proficiency in either armorer or weaponsmithing. That will cost you nothing, so you're going to get that for free. Do you have a preference between those two?
Weapon or armor smithing.
Yeah. You make axes, you make shields.
Let's go with weapon, I guess.
Nice. So that is...
And that's in addition to the 9.
yes, that's a free one you get. It's your intelligence minus 3. That's the score for weaponsmithing. So whatever your intelligence is, subtract 3 from that, and then put that as the number on the left box.
For now, I'm just putting them in a Word doc quick so I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
keep going through the list, and then once
Okay.
I got them, I can transfer. So okay, I'm just gonna keep picking away at these.
So the other thing, let's do this quickly as well.
Maybe climbing.
Let's roll your hit points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we do is we roll twice. You're, as an Algar, you got 1d8 as your hit dice. So roll 2d8, we take the highest, and then you add your Constitution modifier, if you got one. Actually, I don't think you have one, do you?
So that's a 3 and a 7, and I don't have a
7.
modifier, so
Nice.
7.
7. Okay, so you got 7 hit points.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's see here. I want to make some tokens for... Who has... Oh, I know Hobbs has got his hit points in there, so I can start making that token for you. Whoop.
My AC's in there too.
Excellent. What armor did you get?
Splints and shield.
Nice. Okay. I think we call that the Dorman Special. It's,
Dorman?
Not Dorman, Beargor. The Beargor
Yeah.
Special. Where on earth is your hit points? Let's see. Hit points.
It's 11.
Oh, I was trying to find on the drop-down menu here.
Gee, the heart-shaped one, the red one. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I can do that myself too.
Oh no, but I can if I link it to your token, then it'll automatically calculate for me.
Store
Boom.
STOR is probably where I am on the.
Okay, show nameplate. Show that. Visible to everyone, so everyone can see the tank and his level. There you go. Store is ready. Who else's character has their hit points in already? Did you?
I rolled twice and picked the better of the two rolls.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so 9 plus
Not bad.
2, I believe, is my Constitution bonus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. 11.
2 more left.
That's great.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay.
We'll need it. Because he thought it was more prudent to buy a silk jacket than a suit of armor. So, how else are they going to see his chest?
Okay. Is this your character is Elric or Erlich?
Erlich Domilnerath.
Okay. Silly characters don't have a good shelf life in any of my campaigns. Just
No,
FYI.
that's why I intentionally made it that way.
Okay. So I know who's getting the first attacks then.
This guy's a dandy like Juan Belkades.
Yeah.
No, except
Okay. What'd you roll for hit points? Sorry. 11 total.
11 total. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you might have to. There you go. Thanks.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And here we go. Hit points.
Edgelord's got an edge, man.
Yeah, they just intentionally silly stuff. That's why I don't like any of those like funhouse dungeons and stuff. It's just, you know, I don't need there to be wacky on top of, you know, whatever.
It's wacky enough.
Yeah, like you know, it's yeah. Okay.
I won't play it. I won't play it up too much. It's just
that would be appreciated. Just because it really ruins the tone. Like it's, you know, we don't play a super immersive game anyway. But like when someone's clearly like a Warner Brothers cartoon as opposed to a character that everyone else is trying to play, then it just really ruins the experience. Arlen, are you Gorwin?
Yes, I am.
Did you roll your hit points as well?
I did roll my hit points. I have 7 of them.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I'm a fighter, so
there's a
it's
person.
okay. I have no con modifier, unfortunately, as an elf. I'm a flimsy dude, but
you are playing the role of Caldor.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. How is everyone doing for their gear and stuff? Mo, your character, did you have a portrait for your guy?
Not yet. No, I only just sort of did the name.
Okay.
about an hour ago, so I'll find one.
Mm-hmm. Hey, sorry, is George typing here? Let's see here. Nope. Let's see, George in Hangout. Hey, okay, George, you're muted in Hangout. You've actually muted yourself in the Hangout. There you go. Try talking now.
All right.
I hear you. Oh no, you're muted again. You were unmuted for a moment there.
And now I can't.
Now-
Now I can't hear you.
You're
I'm just a freaking idiot. This stupid computer. Anyway, so when I mute, I can hear you.
I can see you in Hangouts.
Yeah, I can see him in Hangouts and I can hear him when he unmutes, but I guess it's doing something where it's effectively like telephone, but literally through a telephone. Okay. Making a character. I'll get George's character out here. Oh, we need a name for George's character. It's a good halfling name. We'll go to old Xanthar's guide here.
Are there good halfling names? I feel like there's not. That's kind of the thing about halflings.
George, if you can hear me, would you give me a percentile roll, please? It's slash roll 1d100. Let's see if George is still in Hangout. Yeah, he is. Okay, great. So we got Stores there, Erlich, Gorwin, Tom. Okay. Excellent. So we're coming along here, guys. Andrew, how goes CareGen?
I am adding in the non-word proficiencies.
Cool.
We're gonna have endurance, climbing, healing, use rope, riding. What the heck is the last one? It didn't transfer. Religion is it? That's
good call. Okay, and let's see here. Then the next thing we will do is watch this. Quit standing on ceremony here. Let's roll your hit points. Or did we roll your hit points already?
we did.
We did already. Okay, so that's in there. So we need. You'll need to spend some gold. We'll roll your gold, and then you need to spend some gold on gear. And then. Where is your character, Andrew? Or did you claim a character sheet yet?
I did.
Oh yeah, you're Cola, right?
I'm Cola. Yep. I got my. I just
awesome.
uploaded my picture too. So
Great.
that
Okay,
should be
cool.
good to go.
Perfect. Okay, I'll make your token here. Excellent. Let's see if what your character... Yeah, your hit points are entered properly. Okay, so then we need to... or I need to do this here. Guys, can someone who isn't working on their character tell me what a priest rolls for their starting gold?
Oh, I was on that page.
It is 3d6 times 10 GP, but they once all the purchases are made, the priest must return all but 2 or 3 of his remaining gold pieces to his superiors.
Oof.
What?
This is like government budgeting.
Yeah,
We need to blow it all.
The idea is that you're getting your stuff from your organization, so they're not giving you just like a chunk of gold. You're supposed to give it back.
Yeah. Okay, wood. Let's see here. Arlen, maybe give me a percentile roll too, please. I'm taking your characters all finished up?
I think so.
Okay. 75. Okay, is Oswald, and then give me one more, please. 16. Oswald Elderberry. That's George's character. George specifically requested to play a sidekick character who's a bit of a pain in the ass, so I'm delivering on that.
Oh, our doorman.
Yeah. Dorman. Oh, poor John. Stabbed in the back from a distance.
Yeah. It's good that John's so good about us picking on Dorman.
Oswald Elderberry. Okay. Oswald is a bit of a reprobate, though, so...
If a skill says... what's it called? So it uses my intelligence.
Yes.
I noticed it doesn't look like there's a modifier. It just says number of languages. Is that equivalent to the modifier?
That's what your skill bonus... That's how many extra skills you get. There isn't a modifier in the sense of, like, modern versions of D&D where you're like, oh, add your int modifier, add your whatever modifier. You don't really...
Yeah.
You don't do that in...
I mean, I think it'd be 0 anyway. It's a 15, so...
Well, your int is a 15?
My int is a 15, yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, again, like, you don't really use those modifiers in that... The things that that you would use an int modifier for in D&D 5th or D&D 3rd to like add to skills or to just make an int check, it works differently in this game. Like if what I'd be doing is getting you to make an int check. If I need to figure out something, or you might to determine your proficiency, it'll be just based on your int score. So there's not modifiers for the reason you don't see like a plus something for your for just a general modifier for intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is because they're not used that way in this game.
So, so then follow-up question. On the character sheet under my non-weapon proficiencies, I've added them in, but there are 2 boxes that make a formula, right?
Yeah,
so
ignore the second one. Just make sure the number that you put in there is after you do all the modifications you need. So, like, if your skill says that you have it at Dex -2, take your Dex score -2 and put that number in the left box.
Okay, so for example, for healing,
yep,
it's my wisdom -2.
Yep.
So that would be a 16. I would put in that box.
That's correct.
No,
yep, bingo.
Not the 4.
Not the 4. No. Say it'd be a 16.
Okay. Then that's my 5th edition brain getting confused.
Yeah,
the
well,
hit
it's
bonus
because
as
like
the score
the way that 5th edition, like this is from 3rd edition going forward. What they decided to do is consolidate all the stats to have the same regimented bonuses, which is a carryover from basic, to be honest. And then what they did is they decided to have everything escalating and make everything a function of a D20 plus a modifier.
Right.
That's not the case in AD&D. AD&D has different ways of dealing with different things, and it's going to sound different, but like the reason for it is because basically anything that's not combat related is not going to be a function of your level.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So this allows you to start off being as competent as any other adult in your, say, profession, your healing profession, or whatever else. You can get incrementally better as you get, higher levels by putting more skills choices or proficiency choices in that. But it's not like, modern versions of D&D where it's going to be continually escalating, you know, and your overall stat bonuses are going to be way higher at higher levels.
Okay. I think I've got them in correctly then.
Okay. And so do we have a picture for Tom? We do not. George, can you hear us now?
Oh yeah, I hear you guys just fine.
Excellent. We hear you too.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
We have success.
Well, I just kept unplugging stuff until it worked. If we just get bad feedback in the thoughts,
So
let me know.
in my hometown,
I'll drop out, but I can't get it to work except like through smoke signal methods. So
no, you're working. It's working fine now. We can hear you. Yeah. So there's a shop in my hometown that used to have a sign that said, "If it's stuck, force it. If it breaks, it probably needed fixing anyway." So
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Kev, I've got important edgelord business here. Hair dye to dye my hair silver. Could I just consider
that does not
like
exist. You would not be able to afford that. It would be far beyond a starting character set. Absolutely not.
Then how does he have gray hair?
He doesn't. He fucking doesn't. That's what that's it.
Brandon, based on what you told me earlier about him, his own little language, quote unquote. He probably thinks he has gray hair.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only people who be dyeing their hair would be the aristocracy, and unless you want to spend a significant portion of your starting gold on that,
I very well may.
Okay, well, we'll say that it is 60 gold.
Okay, I don't have that much. I had to buy, but hold on. If I get rid of my silk jacket, I could probably afford that.
You are traveling into the Icewind Dale.
He's got to get a. Well, I can still get a cloak
as the last, what do you call it? The last caravan before winter. So you guys may want to dress accordingly.
Can we? Damn it.
Kev, this game is bullshit. Why can't I play my special precious hero?
That's the funny thing. It's like me trying to make a mockery, and now I'm kind of like, man, I can't do it.
This character's terrible.
It started as a parody, and now I'm like, I want to play my android.
Okay. 3d6.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to. Okay, that's his aspirational hair color then.
Okay.
Did you say there were any changes to the starting gold? Or starting money?
I don't think so, no.
So it's whatever Golden Glory says here?
Did I let you have...
Except, of course, the priest has an asterisk here. Hold on. After purchasing their equipment, priests are allowed to keep 1d3 gold pieces. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
And those, remember, anyone who's wearing armor that is like medium armor or heavier, like Brigandine, Scale, Chain, Splint, you're going to have damage reduction. So I think Thor, you have damage reduction of 1. Oswald does not, because George, what you can be doing is how much does a rogue start with, guys?
It is 2d6 times 10.
Okay, so if you roll 2d6 times 10, George, you can start spending your cash. There's the link to for Gold and Glory. That's the free version of AD&D 2nd Edition, and you can spend your coin. Do you remember how to make rolls, George? Oh, he's gone. He's not there. I'm talking to myself. Oh, boy. Has everyone else spent their gold as well?
I still have a little bit left. But
I have. Though, given you pointed out we're in a cold area, I've just bought a tent.
Nice.
I have 12 EP and a few coppers left.
Yeah.
Let me put that on my character sheet.
Okay.
Oh, I did my hit points. I got 5, by the way.
5 hit points. Okay. That
I got a
is
4 and then a 5, so not very.
do you have a con modifier at least?
No.
Okay. As soon as you load a picture, I can get your token ready.
Right.
Okay.
There's no prices associated with backpacks? No, that can't be right.
Yeah. Oh, there. Hold on there.
Oh, here it is.
Backpack is 2G.
Yeah. I just saw the first chart of carrying capacity. I didn't realize. All right.
Okay. And Oops. Oh, George is getting himself settled back in. George, can you hear us again?
Oh yeah, I hear everything fine.
Okay, perfect. So George, what you'll need to do is if you can go into your into Roll20 and roll. Was it 2d6 times 10? Is that right?
2d6 times 10.
2d6 times 10. That's your starting gold, and you're going to need to buy your starting gear.
Okay. I'm in roll 20.
Nice.
Is this on my character, or I just go on the...
you can just roll just in the chat, and then you're going to start adding gear.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already put down, your character is specialized in, you're playing a halfling fighter rogue, or fighter thief.
Okay.
So you are, and you can play him just like you said in the chat.
I'm a cook.
He's specialized in short swords and throwing daggers. So you're probably going to want to grab some throwing daggers.
Okay. And 2d10 for my gold?
2d6 times 10.
Oh, 2d6. There we go.
And okay, so you got 40 gold, 40.
Okay.
Okay, and if the link that I sent you to, or the PDF of For Gold and Glory, that has gear starting on page 44. I have assumed that you're not wearing anything heavier than leather armor as well for how you...
I would assume probably even less. That would be the most.
Well, if you wear less, you actually get a bonus to your thief skills, too. If you're,
well, it would be less because I'm really a cook and a gardener. That's actually my main skills.
Okay.
Are gardening and cooking.
Both Store and Oswald have, and Oswald's your character there, George, have gaming as well, too. So if you guys have been... want to have a auto connection between the two of you, you both are remorseless gamblers, so...
We have to buy like all of our clothes. There's no assumption of anything in terms of what we. Okay, so even like tunics and pants. Wait, there are no pants.
Breeches. They're called breeches. Breeches.
Breeches are. Oh, there we go.
Pants off, dance off. Jeez.
Yeah, I must admit, I somewhat abstracted that and just said 4 GP for a decent set of civilian clothes rather than trying to buy every individual item.
Yeah. That's fine by me.
I did buy boots separately.
The detail stuff I'm interested in is the what do you call it? The weight of the stuff. I don't think
they don't have weights for clothing. They just assume it's
the clothes I'm not, because it's the other things though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kev, what page did you say equipment's on?
44.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it starts there, and then the armor's a little further forward, weapons are a little further forward. I've already assumed that you've got at least one dagger and your short sword.
Okay.
So you can feel free to buy more. Your rate of fire, so this is pretty fucking crazy, guys. The rate of fire for thrown daggers when you specialize in it is 3-1.
Yeah, and Kev, I read in your thing, in your special rules, where if you abandon the 2 weapons, you can just be a specialist in one and get a grouping or something like that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you can double up, so you can be like...
I'd like to do that for daggers.
Oh, okay, cool. So that means your short sword, we just need to adjust the... Oh, wait, hold on. Do you mean knives? Or... I'm not sure there's...
Or whatever it is. Knives.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What we could say is, if you want to trade it in, you could just say short blades.
Sure,
so that'd be like blades. Kukris, short swords.
Long blades,
hatchets. Not hatchets, like chop... What do you call them? What's the butcher's chopping... Cleavers, yeah.
Yeah, because it's kitchen knives, things like that. I'm really good.
You got it. Okay, cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so, Gorwin, what did you go with for proficiencies and specializations and shit like that? Or are you a fighter?
I am a fighter, but I am a fighter because I rolled randomly and I have pretty good intelligence and wisdom. So I thought it'd be fun to be a fighter who has like a bit of an academic background.
It's funny you didn't take Ranger. It's funny you didn't take Ranger then.
Yeah, because I don't like Rangers.
Oh, well, there you go.
And they cost more XP to level up. I have learned the value of the single class low XP to level up in our Night Below campaign.
This is true.
How I have so many hit points. No, so I have Bowyer Fletcher. I have artistic ability.
Ooh.
I have direction sense and swimming, and modern languages, and Elven history, and reading and writing.
Okay, so one thing that I like about AD&D Second Ed as well is one of the ways they suggest to do languages is to just when your int bonus will give you a number of extra languages, and they say this is the numbers you can learn over the course of the campaign, and that's how we're doing it in Night Below. And it's cool, but it also means that like we've played 22 sessions or something like that, and no one has learned a language. So what I think we'll do for this is you guys can take half of the bonus rounding up and select languages from that. So from the ones on your racial list. So that way you guys can
common doesn't count.
You automatically get common and you automatically get your racial language. So like Gorwin already speaks Elven. Oswald, I can't remember if there's a halfling language or not. I think there is.
There is in Icewind Dale.
Okay, there you go.
There is a.
Let's see here. Hey, Mo's got a picture now. Nice. Let's see.
All right, I guess that is half right.
Tomas. Nice. Good choice.
Yeah, he's not actually using a two-handed sword over the back.
Okay.
But it's studded leather armor, which is what he's wearing to start with. So.
Okay, cool. Is the age appropriate for how you see your guy?
Yeah, he's probably wearing a scraggly beard to look a bit older. Because I've got him as about 22, 23.
Okay. There we go.
Do Drow in the Forgotten Realms speak Elvish? Do they speak their own language?
I can tell you in a second.
Undercommon, I would imagine.
I got my copy of. I'm not sure if when that was introduced. The cots, give me a sec here. I got my Drow the Underdark right here.
Okay.
Let's see.
What's the
Drow
conversion rate gold to silver? Is it 10-1?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decimal, so 10 silver to the gold, 10 copper to the silver.
Yeah, Drow is a separate language.
Ah, damn it. I wanted him to speak Elvish with an affected Drow accent.
Yeah, well, why would you have access to... well, I mean, there's Drow.
He doesn't what he thinks is a Drow accent. Like, it's...
The character's insufferable. He's for sure... I can't wait to... I'm not a killer DM, or at least I don't try to be. Most times.
Most times.
Hey, we were talking about the start of the session, Hobbs. How fucking close George came to dying last night. Oh my god.
It was close.
Holy shit. Turns out an 80-foot fall is not something that anyone wants to suffer. Especially when it's onto a pack of starving dogs. Okay, so Cola is coming together. Tom, Mo, Tom's all ready to go here?
I think so.
What kind of armor is he wearing? You said studded leather?
Studded leather, so he's AC 7, and he's got the cap so that you don't have the negative for not having the right helmet.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else noticed.
So he has, excuse me, that means he's got no DR, no damage reduction.
No.
What is Gorwin wearing?
Gorwin studded leather also.
Okay. So Store, I think, is the only one who has actually damage resistance. One of the house rules as well, I can't remember if I put it in the actual house rule document or not. The armor spell, because it gives you the same... Well, no one's a wizard here, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see here. Okay, I think we are getting close here. So, Oswald is good to go, or you're buying your gear.
Sure. Almost done.
Nice. Okay. Who still has... Andrew, how is your character coming? How's Cola coming?
I think they're coming along. I've got basic equipment. I'm working on provisions. And then I'll need to do my weapons and armor.
Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, and your spells as well, too. You want to prepare your spells for the day. So,
oh, right. Crap. Okay.
Well, no, that's okay. You don't need to do that now. We'll do that last. But what... let's see here. Your wisdom is an 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So 2. Yeah, so you get 2 bonus. Wait, 2 bonus first level spells? Yeah, 2. So you actually you're going to be able to prepare 3 first level spells. And that's in addition to the command you can cast twice per day in combat.
Okay.
So so I'd have 3 spells plus the command.
Plus,
total.
you can cast command twice per day. Yeah. So,
Okay.
and you do need to you can't swap the out for healing or anything like that. You do need to whatever you prepared. That's what you have access to. So, you're going to want to be cautious. One thing you'll find, or at least we found in our Night Below thing, is time pass. Like a lot more time passes in these kinds of games. Because you'll just wait till the next day. If you didn't prepare a spell, you'll be like, all right, well tomorrow we'll go back and we'll use this. There was a lot of spider climbs that were prepared at last night's Night Below session. All right, so Tom is ready to go. Gorwin is ready to go. Erlich is ready to go.
I'm not sure all the weapon stuff's in, but we can do that as we need it. I think.
What did you do?
I'm ready.
Well, I'm not sure I've got all the complex weapons set up with the speed.
Okay, no, we need to do that because I don't want. We're not doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do specializations. Is it
range.
3-2 for weapons?
3-2 is
Melee weapons attack at 3-2
Yeah.
with specialization.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay,
thought.
so are you carrying all of that stuff, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you check your encumbrance
Yeah.
too.
it's-
Maybe that's why
it's
you're in
quite
studded
high, I
leather
think.
as opposed to metal armor.
What's the weight on full water skins? I forget.
The weight on full
Water
water
skin?
Oh, I think it's
Full water skin.
5 pounds.
5?
I think. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Okay.
Where does it say the cost of the pouches and bags and stuff?
It's all in there in page 67 if you're looking, or unless you're on Golden Glory, I guess.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm on Golden Glory. Oh, here it is. Got it.
So with your Mo,
Gold
do
Voice.
not put it'll automatically calculate your strength modifier. So, like I see you got a bunch of damage adjustments. Are you specialized in what?
Oh, right. So I don't need to put in the.
Yeah, and so it looks like you didn't read the house rules. You don't. There's no. We're not worrying about proficiencies. We're only worried about specializations. So if you're a fighter, you've
Yeah,
got
where
2
do we put those?
specializations. Yeah, under weapon proficiencies. So and you got 4. You got too many. So
Oh, so.
okay. So first off.
Oh, so yeah, I see what you mean. So I just put the weapons that I have proficiency in, right?
Yeah,
hang on.
and the thing is, you're not gonna all the modifiers for all this shit should be 0, because. Hold on.
It doesn't take them out now. I put them in there. Oh well.
Hold on. Let's see if it.
Yeah, hang on. I'll save it and then come back in. It's just.
Okay. Yeah. This is kind of cocked up right now. Hold on.
Hey, can you throw a dagger, or does it have to be a
Yeah. You can,
something special that you
I
throw?
think that AD&D doesn't distinguish between daggers and throwing daggers.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh. Mo, stop taking stuff.
Yeah.
Stop taking stuff. I'm trying to fix your sheet here. Hold on.
I'll come out then.
Okay, let me see if I can get this. Let's see here. That's right. No, shit. Why is it doing that? Okay. Okay. I don't know why your character sheet is screwing up here. Fuck. Okay, I don't know why you're thinking. Guys, who... Does anyone else have... Let's see if it's the character sheets, because the way they're coded. You have a dex bonus. Okay. Let's see. Longsword.
Should have one to hit and +3 to damage, given his 1821.
Hold up. So I just realized there's something that the sheets don't do properly. It automatically adds your dex attack into all attacks, whether you tick the box or not.
No, if you don't tick the box, it multiplies it by 0.
Yeah, it does a times 0.
Oh, it does by times 0. Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
okay,
so
great.
it adds it to everything, but it just does times 0 if you haven't
Excellent.
ticked
Okay,
the box.
good.
So you
good,
just
good.
tick
It
it
does
to
times
both
1
and
if you
stuff.
Okay,
have.
got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right, so now, Mo, now you get to pick 2 weapons that you are specialized in. You picked longsword and which bow?
Short bow.
Short bow, okay. So now your short bow, you'll get, well, first of all, longsword, you get +1 to hit. So this is where you now put that bonus in. So you'll have +1 to hit with your longsword, +2 to damage. And your attack rate is going to be 3-2. 3-2. And the damage, make sure you enter that in there, your damage, your weapon speed. Weapon speed is going to come up every round we roll initiative, so make sure you guys are aware of what your weapon speed of your weapons are.
Okay.
Weapon speed.
Weapon speed for yours is already added. Your short sword is a weapon speed 3, a dagger is weapon speed 2.
Yep, and I don't have a short sword anymore. I just have daggers.
Oh, just have daggers. Okay, yep. So then you just need
I have daggers and knives.
Okay.
So that's a 2 for me.
And then the bow.
Is that correct? Weapon speed?
Weapon
Combat speed?
2, correct, yeah.
Yep.
And you'll see how that plays out, guys, when we have our first scrap. Okay, and Mo.
So this is an addition to the stuff that my stats give me. That's already sorted out.
That's correct. This is from your weapon specialization.
Okay, yeah. Right, okay, so everything else should be
And
0.
The bonus you get with weapon specialization with your bow is you get, within 30 feet, you get +2 to hit.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I think it's better to get the missile weapon style from the house rules than weapon specialization in the bow, but that's just me, because it negates the attacking to melee penalty.
You can't get this if you're getting specialization. You have to get proficiency first.
You have to get the weapon special.
Yeah. Like if you.
What do you mean? You have to be specialized in the bow in order to get the weapon style?
No. But you need to. So missile weapon proficiency with it allows you to move half your move and still attack at your full rate, and it reduces penalties firing when mounted by 2. To get to the point of being able to fire in melee without penalty, you need to spend 2 proficient specializations on that.
Okay. Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, then I will change my stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then, Mo, does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't...
You're looking pained.
Four slots.
What's
right?
going on? No. Weapon proficiencies. You're proficient in everything your class has, and then you get 2 specializations as a fighter, and then because you're a Myrmidon, you've also got 1 more.
Yeah, so these tick boxes, what do I do with them?
Just ignore them. They're good. They're done. They're set the way they should be for you. Now you just need to enter the damage. Remember that weapons do different damage against different size creatures in AD&D.
Oh, right.
Hey, and Kev, I've got a question about. I just want to make sure I don't have too much stuff to carry.
Okay.
You want me to just read? I mean, basically, it's a lot of
you're gonna
supplies.
Total up what the weight is, and then compare that to your encumbrance. You've got a pretty decent strength, so you might be able to...
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
crap. I didn't do the weight. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Mo, I'm helping out with your...
I can see a damage medium and a damage large. I can't see a damage small.
Well, it says damage SM, because if you look on the chart, like in the book, it says damage SM and then damage L. One's small and medium creatures and one's large.
Oh, small and medium. It just doesn't have it. It's just damage M. Okay.
No, it has damage SM. I'm not sure what's going on with yours. I can see. I'm looking at your character sheet right now. It says damage SM and then it says damage L.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the sheet to what it is. Looking at the book. Oh.
And the book says damage SM and damage L. So I'm not sure what you're looking at there.
1d8.
You're looking at the size of the
glory.
weapon. Yeah, look over farther to the right to actually the damage of the weapon.
It's okay, Mo. I'm adding some of the stuff in for you. Okay, Andrew, how is your character coming together?
Equipment is in. I'm looking at my. I'm moving over to my weapon options here. Well, I'm trying to find priest, and I'm not seeing under class descriptions. I'm not seeing it, but I'm possibly blind.
What are you looking for? Sorry.
Here's priest. Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, no. I thought that the.
Yeah, I'm totally good. All right.
Okay.
I cannot seem to find. I thought it was under the classes about what. Because you were saying that I was doing the equipment, but we're saying that we're proficient in all weapons available to my class. So I'm trying to figure out what those are. I'm not seeing them under the priest's
Well, they're all
descriptions.
You're all weapons. Full stop. It's not all things available to priests because you're an Alligar. You're proficient in all weapons.
Oh well, okay, that's awesome.
All weapons,
Never
all
mind.
armor. You can use all of them. Now, oh right, short bow's only.
Oh yeah, I should also get a mount, I guess, if I have riding. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
Yeah, unless I'm gonna ride a cat.
Yeah, buy a 5,000 gold piece tiger to ride.
Oh come on, I'm gonna buy a gigantic dragon. Clearly.
You know, as a non sequitur, guys, there's a series that just dropped on Netflix called Tiger King. It's about these crazy people who own like giant cats in Florida.
I saw the video of that. Yeah.
It's so good.
It looked good.
It's not based on, but there was a podcast about that guy as well too, and the podcast was pretty good. This is even better. It's incredible. I haven't finished watching it yet, but bonkers.
I never get tired of documentaries about ridiculous people. So
seriously,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I should probably get a scabbard for my sword. Yeah.
And Kev, a lot of the stuff I bought has no weight value to it, so I'm assuming that's intentional.
What did you get?
Well, like a lot of it's food. Like ale, bread, cheese, salt, honey.
It should be.
Yeah. Let's see here. So a lot of stuff is per weight. It says.
It does? Oh, okay.
Per
Well, then I
pound?
missed it. I'm sorry. I was looking at page 45.
Yeah, honey doesn't have. So honey doesn't have a weight to it. Ale is per gallon, and I don't know how much a gallon of ale would weigh.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if it's in
8 pounds for water.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm way under my weight restriction anyway, so I don't have that much stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, there's so much food.
All right. So Mo, looks like your stuff is all in. You just need your weapon speed for your spear.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we need to add. And Andrew, you're a dwarf, which means you're going to get. What's your constitution?
My constitution is 14.
14. So I think you're going to get like +3 to all your saves versus poison and spells. Because, yeah, dwarves are tough little mamma jammas.
Okay, so paralyzation, poison. That first one you mean?
Not versus paralyzation, only versus poison.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's versus poison and versus spells. That's on page. Let's see here. No, sorry, +4. Holy shit. And that's versus poison and versus magical spells.
So,
Okay.
I have a question for you, Kev.
Yes.
You're talking about languages more, so does Luskin have its own language, or is it all the humans just speak Common? They don't have their own individual languages.
Common is the trade tongue, and they do have in the Forgotten Realms. They do have their own trade tongues. Let me see if it's in here. Changes. No. Okay, I'm gonna go to my gray box. First time I've actually made use of this sucker since I snagged it too. The Encyclopedia of the Realms, I think, has a section on languages, if I recall correctly. Where is it here? Languages in the Realms. Here we go. I just realized that my copy has someone's teenage writing in it.
Nice.
Love it. Okay. Languages in the Realms. There we go. This is not super helpful. I think that shit was expanded in more modern things. So let's see here. I don't.
Is Iluskin the same as Luskin? Does anybody know? No.
Well, I did some research. I think that's the local language.
No, I think it's like a culture. A human culture, Luskin. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Okay. You give me an excuse to dig out one of my favorites from the time. The 3rd edition one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. Language. Okay. Oof, there is a lot of regional languages. Let's see here. Spoken in... Yeah, Luskan does have its own. It's Iluskan. Illuskan. Same alphabet as Common. Cool.
So I get the for free, right?
As well as Common.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can select other languages as well. Let's see if there's something in the far north here. I wonder if Icewind, the barbarians up here, have their own tongue. Doesn't look like. Though the Utgard barbarians speak Iluskan as well too, so I wonder if and it says the Savage North, so I wonder if the barbarian tribes there speak the same language. Interesting. Okay. And then there are, of course, the other dwarven, elven, halfling. Yep, does definitely have it. Goblin, gnome. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Where are we now? Okay, okay, that's entered. Good. Excellent. Great. All right. Then...
So... Right.
Need to add our saving throws in. I can get that for you guys. I got my character sheet here. I think, George, your saving throws are already entered.
Thank you very much.
The only thing I forgot with you is that you also get a pretty sizable bonus. You get +4 to save versus wand, staves, rods, spells, and poison. Because your elves or halflings are quite tough little shits as well.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so how are we doing here, guys? I know we got Hobbs. I think I put your saving throws in already as well.
Yep.
Brandon, did you get yours? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I did.
Arlen, did you get yours as well?
Yep, I've got my saving throws.
Okay. Mo, what are you working on the character right now? Or are you trying to find something?
Well, I'm trying to put all my stuff in.
Okay, cool.
Just a bit of a slow go.
I'll quickly put in. You're a fighter, right? Did you want to take a kit too, Mo?
No, I haven't got access to them, so
Okay.
I'll just leave it as. I'll play stock.
Okay, then I'm gonna put your saving throws in for you.
Oh, change our names.
There we go. Okay, so your saves are good to go. Andrew, I'll put your saves in for you as well. Where are you here?
Thank you. Last thing I think for me will be spells. I've got my weapon and my armor figured out, and all my equipment.
Excellent.
We've got a bit of an echo there.
With two, I'm actually getting an echo from Yumo as well.
All right.
They should just do video only.
Yeah, you guys may have your Roll20 game set to being video and audio.
Yeah, the audio should only be. This is weird.
Sorry.
Okay.
Audio import source. I have 4 different options for audio import.
No. If you go to if you just go to the Roll20, the cog on Roll20, you scroll down. It says, "I want to broadcast to others. I want to receive from others." Just change those to video only.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Something we go through.
Sorry about that.
It is a bit frustrating. You can't do that automatically as the DM when you set up the game, but you can do.
And do I have to reconnect?
You may need to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Yep. Test.
Yep.
Cool.
No echoes.
Right.
Excellent.
Okay. So I've got pretty much everything except everything except my spells with 2.15 gold to spare. That goes back to the church. As soon as I read that, I was like, the rest goes back to the church. I'm like,
It's all getting spent. That's awesome.
I just realised I hadn't bought any rations, so I thought I ought to get at least a week. So that's taking me down.
In fact, what we'll do here, what we're gonna do to make sure I don't give anything back is where's ale?
I got 2 gallons of it, so we're okay.
Gallons silver. Oh heavens! We can get 10 gallons. If I can't get 10 gallons, I can't carry that. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll
I
give
used to
gold
remember
back.
what a gallon was in pounds, but it's a long time since I had to do that.
Okay, let's see here. I am.
Mace. No, Mace is not. 5.
I need to load something else here. You guys are gonna sit. I'm gonna look funny in the screen for
I'm
a
gonna
second.
try to do my spells here.
And then what we'll do is we'll take our mid-session break, guys. I know we're 15 minutes over that, but take our mid-session break, and then we'll come back and play some Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Can I be Pierce Hawthorne playing Advanced?
Yeah, I won,
no.
and it was advanced.
I won Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
So as long as you don't bring a bag. Well, but then you know that in the midst of our health crisis, you have to bring all our hand wipes.
Let's see here.
Okay. Page. Where are we here? Appendix A. Magic overview and spells.
Magic ovarian spells? What?
Oh, no.
What are you looking at?
Wrong rulebook.
Yeah, really?
Overview.
Yeesh.
So 23, 24, 25, 26.
So these, okay, priest spells. There we go.
Okay, that there, and then I'm going to set up something here. Oops. Oh boy. Okay, where is? So one neat thing with this adventure, and I'm going to incorporate some of the art from it too, but it's got this awesome like DM screen you can use with it, and it's just got a shit ton of really great art. In addition to have some good adventure focused like random encounter tables and stuff like that. Is that right? So it's a shame they didn't reprint these things when the actual 5e books came out, but okay. Okay. I need to check one thing here, guys. How is... I think everyone's good to go here now, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just entering spells.
Okay. So what we'll do, guys, is we will take our 5-minute break. Mo, how are you? You got your all your stuff set up in there?
Yeah, I'm just putting all the stuff I bought. I mean, I've gone so strong, we don't need to worry about encumbrance quite yet. So I'll just get them in there so we know we've got it.
Perfect. Well, make sure you know that shit adds up. And
well, I'm on 128, and I think I'm.
But you have a lot of weaponry though,
encumbrance.
so just make sure. Yeah, just because it's coins are fairly heavy in second.
Oh, how much are they?
Yeah, I've only got two gold left. So.
Oh.
Is it
Well,
10?
I realised I didn't have the food, and food's expensive.
How weighty are coins? 10 a pound?
50 to a pound.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm fine. I spent them all. Those silk coats don't come cheap.
Nice.
God.
Good stuff.
All black. If anybody had any
Andy.
doubts about it. Good thing he's got a hood to hide his woefully unsilvered hair.
Oh, and hey, Kev, I'm assuming you want this all. Where do we enter all this stuff into our character sheet?
Near the bottom is where the
There's gear is what there's something
Yeah.
that says.
Okay, gear. Okay, got it. All right.
Is this a Golden Glory character sheet or a second edition character sheet?
This is a second edition character sheet, and it's not great.
It is not.
It's better
great.
than the other one, and but you know it's better than nothing. The things that it does well is it rolls proficiency checks, and it has the what do you call it? It rolls the attack rolls and just displays what AC you hit. And to get around the whole THAC0, debacle, that's just an easier way to sort of manage it.
Sure. Is there a AC that's different for if you're surprised?
You just lose you either lose your
Dex.
dex bonus or you lose it's -2, whichever is worse.
Okay. So 12 essentially.
You're wearing no armor?
Hell no. He's got a jacket to buy, man.
You don't need to make it easy for me to kill this guy.
Good lord.
It's low-hanging fruit.
I
Come get me.
shouldn't have told you that, baby.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
Holy smokes.
you'll die within the first 5 minutes.
It's I choose to think of it not that Brand is making a character to try and irritate me. He's making a character so he can very easily demonstrate the dying rules. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, or either that or
Eric's
either that,
gonna look
or I
like
could demonstrate character growth, where he learns, he drops the act, and it's like, oh shit, I need to survive.
well, he's gonna look like a real edgelord once he's missing an eye and has a fucked up hand and all of the
Exactly.
permanent injuries.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Mortal wounds are no joke.
That's right.
Oh shit. So Andrew, so what we're joking about So AD&D rules is written, you die when you hit 0 hit points. There's a optional rule that pretty much everyone always used, which was the hovering at death's door, so you don't die until you hit -10. But I've also incorporated these optional rules to have, if you hit 0 hit points, the longer it takes for you to actually get healed, the more likely it is that you've got some crippling injury as a result of the being reduced to 0 hit points. So, you know the whole 5th edition thing where you go down, you go up, and you go down, and you go up? That does not happen in this.
I've been very tempted to introduce something like that into my game. Because, yeah, 5th is one of my players who grew up on 3.5 refers to it as, and you know who you are if you're watching. It refers to it as D&D on training wheels. And I'm like, well, okay.
And in defense of it, too, like, not to... I don't like the edition warring and whatnot too, but there's people who really like that's the style of play they want. They don't want to be having their character beaten down and whatever else.
I also think if to be a little fairer, if you are gonna make it hard for them to get back up, like harder or at least, you probably need to give like regular healing spells need to be a little more effective too, because that's a big part of it. Like,
but I think
not around these parts.
Also quite effective.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah.
You just need to be careful. I mean, DR is one. That's the other last thing I should mention as well too. So because we have 5 players today, you guys have an astonishing fortune pool of 5. So it can be spent to re-roll a dice roll, or it can be spent to not die.
We have 6 players. 6
players. 3. Yeah, 6 players. You have 6 astonishing fortune.
But that's a.
I'm gonna need all of that.
That's an optional rule as well too. Yeah. This is my way of sort of smoothing the lethality of this.
Wait, it's collective?
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I don't want. Then I can't use it all.
No.
I mean, you can.
you astonishing fortune hoarding, panic buying.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got all the toilet paper in your city, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. So I think, is everyone ready to go here then?
Just one question about spells, Kev.
Yeah.
So I've entered them in the spell book down here under memorized. I took Cure Light Wounds, Bless, Command obviously is in there. I'm thinking about maybe Endure, Heat, or Cold, but I had a question is, this is just the spells that I know, correct?
No.
Like I still have to
so here's
prepare
the cool
them
thing.
for
Here's
the
the
day.
cool thing with priests. You see the list of priest spells
in the book. I'm on page 99. Yeah.
Just like in modern versions, you can memorize any of them. Every morning you get up, you can pick one from there, and poof, you've got what your preparation is for the day. What you prepared, that's how many times you can cast it. So like if you want to cast Cure Light Wounds twice, you memorize it twice. It takes up 2 of those 3 spells that you can cast.
Okay, cool. That makes... Okay, maybe I won't bother with something like Endure Cold then. We'll do multiple. We'll do 2 cure wounds.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly, before we take our break, guys, I'm just going to get your... Oh, George, would you mind changing your name to... your display name to Oswald? Or put like Oswald bracket George?
No problem.
Oswald Spengler.
Oswald Elderberry is the most halfling-sounding halfling name.
Actually, I'm going to change it to Oswald Chamberlain. Does that work?
Well, it's got to be... It's got to be a halfling name.
Okay.
Okay. Cola, what is your AC? Andrew, that's you.
Oh, sorry. AC is a whopping 8. I have... 8. Oh, wait, no. My leather armor gives me the 8, but I took a cap as well, and I think that adds another 2. So AC 10.
No, you count the other direction. Descending AC in this game.
Okay, so then I'm not... So what's the starting point then?
So starting point is 10, but your actual starting point is based on the armor you're wearing, and then it's modified by Dex or any other modifier.
Okay, so my starting point is 8.
Yep.
Starting point is 8 for leather, yeah.
And then I add a cap, so if that's 2, then I'm minus 2 from the 8, so my AC is 6.
A cap doesn't add 2 to your armor. That's... Where are you seeing that?
Hold on.
Yeah, that's like even better than a shield.
Weapon skill. Nope. I need. Where the hell?
There you go, mundane armor. A padded leather and skull cap. No. So what it is with a cap is a penalty if you don't wear it.
Oh.
Hey, what did you say, Kevin? Am I Oswald or Oswald?
Oswald
O-S-W-A.
with a T.
Okay. And what's my last name?
Elderberry.
Wait.
It's what?
Elderberry. Like what your father smelt of.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly. That's pretty funny. Good joke. Okay.
Oh, well, then I will not have a cap. I'm just gonna be.
So what that means is your AC then is a 9.
Unless you have a dex mod.
Yeah. Do you have a dex? What's your dexterity?
I do not have a dex mod. My dexterity is 14. So I just got. Yeah, I just have the leather armor.
Okay. So then it's, and assuming you're wearing a cap, it's an AC 8. If you're not wearing the cap, it's an AC 9.
Okay, well, yeah, I might as well take the cap because I had the money for it anyway.
Yeah.
So then I'll have the AC 8.
Okay. Gorwin, what is your AC?
My AC, not surprised, is 4.
4. Okay. Thomas, what is your AC? Mo? Oh, you're muted, Mo, or... I can't hear you. I got nothing coming through. Maybe just type it in chat, and then we'll sort out your audio issues. Erlich, what is your AC? Oh, 10, right?
10.
Nice. Store, what's your AC? Hobbs? Oh, you're muted too. No one's talking anymore.
Sorry.
Welcome to Pantomime
my
Roleplaying.
AC is 2.
2. Holy shit. And Oswald, what is your AC? You got...
I have no idea.
Okay, so your leather armor you said you were wearing no armor, right?
Yeah, I currently have no armor.
No armor. Okay, so that is a 10.
Okay.
And then your dex is a 14, which is no modifier. Your dex is your overall... Ooh. So you have a 10 AC.
Okay.
Okay. And...
AC bros.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. So Thomas is at AC 7. Okay, thanks, Mo. So you know what? I'm finally actually being proactive and writing down everyone's AC instead of asking each round. So, all right. So I think we've got your characters are all set up, guys. Let's take our quick 5-minute break here, and then we will be back to actually start playing our game. Okay. So,
2 hours later.
This is pretty good for playing with folks who haven't played before. So, back in a moment.
So, Hobbs, I guess you'll be tanking it up for us.
Ever. Of course, yes. Unfortunately, though, I didn't roll very good gold, so obviously I've already lost most of my money gambling as this game starts. So
I actually rolled a decent amount of gold, but
gold goes fast for a fighter.
Yeah.
If you're which is, I probably would have bought some armor if I had more of it left, but alas.
I mean,
Big
leather
swords.
armor, like 5 gold pieces or something.
Yeah, leather's only like 5.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, shit, maybe I will buy leather. Like, quickly before he gets back. All right. Yeah, leather fits. He can wear leather. As long as it's black.
Well, that costs money.
You would so do that, too. All right.
What's a THACO?
2-hit armor class 0.
Gotcha.
Yep. So THACO minus the armor class you are trying to hit equals what you need to roll that on a d20 or above to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily the sheet calculates out.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so hard.
Well,
yeah.
it's apparently hard for some people, so, the sheet doing the work.
As I said, I
Probably
think that's
cheaper
because when
for
you're a kid, you don't know how, especially when you're trying to hit like -2, you're not quite sure how all that works, and that's why people think it's
For the which THACO?
Yeah, I think that's when you're a kid, you're like, oh, how do you hit -2? How do I do that? And you're doing some weird like.
Yeah.
But now it's like, now I know how to. Anyway,
I
was a kid then.
Where is it on this sheet to save everything? So I entered all my crap, and I don't want to exit out of it without.
No, it'll automatically save.
Oh, it will. Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Hey, Kev, if you wouldn't mind, take a look at mine. Just make sure I did it correctly.
Sure.
A lot of my stuff has no weight, and it looks like it was giving like a pound or something like that.
Okay. Let's see.
When weight wasn't listed. So.
Hey Kev, I just realized that leather armor is only 5 gold, so I'm just gonna get that.
Okay.
And that gets me at 8, I guess.
8 AC 8. Yeah. It's not a bad plan.
Wait, why would I wear padded? Why would you wear leather over padded? Padded weighs less, and it's the same air armor class. Oh, he's gonna wear leather. There's no way. There's no way this character's not gonna wear leather. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna wear some.
Okay.
What the hell is that shit?
Okay. So let's. So I was checking the. One neat thing about this. The adventure itself is that it has stats for 3 different editions of D&D in it. You have to download the PDF so you can run it with 4th edition, with 3rd, or 3.5, or with D&D Next. So it's kind of cool. It didn't have for 2nd edition, but fortunately, several of those are close enough to 2nd edition that it's easy to figure out what the encounters should be.
Well, and 2nd edition was before Wizards' time, right? So that's also...
No, Wizards had actually published the Jacandor thing.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, was them, and Diablo was also them. And then they decided to rework it. It was sort of a pet project of Richard Garfield when he acquired TSR, so... Yeah. And I don't know if... what do you call it? I don't know if the Skills and Powers books came out under their watch. The last one came out in '96, and I don't know what year. Do you remember offhand, Hobbs, what year that Wizards acquired TSR? No?
No, I've blocked that from my memory.
Like 94. It was like 94 or 90. It was like 95, I want to say.
So if it's 95, then it means because the Skills and Powers books came out in 95, 96. So they may have come out.
Might have been.
Yeah.
95. It might have been, actually, it might have been 96. I think it was like in 8th grade when that happened. So it might have been 90. It might have been 97 then.
Hey, are you guys getting video on Kev?
I am in Roll20. You mean? Hold on, I'm gonna hit riff. I'll hit reconnect. You're missing me. Okay, I got
April 10th, 1997.
There you go. So I'm missing. I cannot see. Oh, I can see Mo. So I can't see you in Roll20, George.
All right.
You know what's gonna be crazy is I know George Strayton is also thinking of joining the game too. When we have multiple Georges, this is gonna be great.
You can just call me Oswald.
Well, actually, I'll call you by your character names.
Yeah, just call me character. What do you want me to hit in this? Reconnect and Roll20?
Yes, please. We'll see if that makes a difference. And I see a black box. That's usually good. It's a precursor to good things. Okay.
Oh, George knew that it was 1997.
Oh, okay.
George Strayton.
Strayton, yeah.
In chat, so.
Oh, George is in chat too. Jeez, yeah. He says looking forward to the two Georges. Me too, George. That's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I think what you've done, you've entered. Did you intend to enter the weights as 1 pound for each of the things, George? Like a pound of figs?
Because a lot of them don't have 1 pound. So
yeah. So what you've what I would do is just under description, if you just want numbers, but it's an inconsequential weight, just put that number in there. Because right now you've got 1 pound of figs, 1 pound of herbs, 1 pound of salt, 1 pound of herring, 1 pound of cheese, 2 pounds of ale, and actually, and like a gallon of ale would, like Hop says, about 8 pounds, so it'd be 16 pounds of beer.
Oh, okay.
That's why your character's wobbling around under the weight of all the shit he's got. Did you need to bring the whole spice cabinet? Ugh. What was that?
Yeah, like spices were something I didn't think weighed a pound. But
okay. So let's talk about our... Oh, we've got our stats together now. Let's put the role-playing in this role-playing game, and let's talk about where our characters are coming from. Andrew, can I ask you to change your character or your display name to your character name, and then have your name in brackets?
Yes.
Thank you. So, the only person it sounds like that is likely possibly from from Icewind Dale region is possibly Kola. Kola, do you think you are a dwarf from this region, or do you think that you come from elsewhere? And I'm just sort of, we've got a different connection, a different reason to being adventuring here.
Might as well be from here. That's simple.
Okay, cool. So then, I
can make all the jokes about how unprepared some of these people are for the weather.
Seriously, and the weather in Icewind Dale is no joke. I mean,
that's why I took a winter blanket.
So then, I think that, as I said, like you guys are part of the last caravan coming from Luskan before the winter sets in. It's I can't remember the name of the Forgotten Realms month is, but it's effectively September. The month is called Eleint, Eleint, and it's quite late in Eleint as well too. It's coming up to the festival of High Harvest Tide. But where you guys will be coming along is from. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'll move the tokens out of the way here. Oh, everyone's controlling. Oh, that's what I gotta do. Hold up. I'm gonna change everyone's permissions here before I forget. Edit. Let's see here. So this will be edited and controlled by Erlich. Boom. I do have to warn as well, Brandon, because I've just finished watching Silicon Valley again too. I've got a very different association with Erlich.
Mongolian God of the Dead, Erlich?
No, Erlich Bachman, the character played by.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay, well. It is also the name of the Mongolian God of the Dead. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what his parents named him, or is that the name he took when he decided to
be
an edge lord?
No, none of this is what his parents named him.
Okay.
I'm now trying to figure out where exactly he is from, but not that he would tell you.
He's
obviously from Melnoroth.
Tethir is usually a good option because that's.
I was just looking up Tethir. That's funny. Yep,
yeah, Tethir is sort of like it's they're at the time of this adventure they're what do you call it? Oh, hi, sweetie.
I was looking at Tethir or Ammon, or however the hell you say that. Like,
yeah, Almond Kalimshin, yeah, like that's sort of like the
Yeah.
Middle Eastern equivalent. That one would be a
Yep.
good option
I'm
as
thinking
well too.
Tethir seems more. Yeah.
So
I
let's.
like-
So I'm just setting. What I'm doing, guys, is I'm setting it so that the you each only have control over your own token, and it will also mean that you can only see what's being displayed by your token for when we get to situations where there's dungeon crawls or whatever. Okay, and this is store. Okay, did that work? Yep. Okay, good. And Tom, here we go. Sorry, guys, and I'm sure this is thrilling viewing for the folks at home. Let's watch Kev push buttons for 5 minutes. That's some good cinema. Let's see here. This is Tom. Go. All right. So, the okay, so for you then, Cola, you come. There is. Let me move these tokens out of the way here, guys, just to get you the free and clear thing here. Dwarven Valley is unsurprisingly a place where the dwarves live, and there is a community there that I believe used to. I'm not sure if it used to or still is ruled by the what is it? Battlehammer, I think, clan. And that is where you are originally from, Cola. What do you think's bringing you back? Are you just like are you coming back to stay, or are you coming back to just as part of like a caravan work type thing, or what?
Yeah, I think just looking for extra work. Maybe, I don't know, some sort of family squabble has me wanting to be away from or I don't know. Yeah, I think just earning money on a caravan makes perfect sense.
Okay. And it also just so happens that you're going to be the last caravan in here, which means that you may be wintering in the Icewind Dale as well. So that might be interesting. We can touch on what your family. You can give some thought to what your family might be as well, and you know what the relationships there might be. Thomas, tell us a little bit about you? What's Thomas's deal here? Oh, Mo, you're still muted for some reason. I don't. All right, at least I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Mo?
I cannot hear Mo.
No, I can't hear Mo. Mo, you might need to. Dave has had this problem sometimes too. You might need to drop out of the Hangout and then go back in. Let me paste the link again for you. I think I have it. Yeah, there you go. While you're doing that, Arlen, tell us about Gorwyn. What kind of elf is he?
Well, what kind of elves are there?
Wood elves.
Moon
So
elves,
there's sun elves, moon elves, wood elves. There's and like, do you think you were more of an like a cosmopolitan urban elf, or do you think you were, from elsewhere? Or do you think?
No, I think fairly cosmopolitan, because a lot of my kind of proficiencies and my background is sort of in a kind of more academic type stuff.
How do you physiologically? What do you picture him looking like? Like dark hair, light hair?
Probably kind of like the picture, light hair and sort of that kind of classical, elven grace, kind of long and lithe.
So let me tell you a little bit about wood elves, because that probably you're either a sun elf, which is going to have like really like golden, skin and blonde hair. Sun elves are less common across Faerun than moon elves because most live on Evermeet, where non-elves are not allowed to tread. Also called gold elves, they have bronze skin, hair of golden blonde, copper or black, and green or gold eyes. These are seen as the most civilized and haughty elves, preferring to remain separate from humankind and other non-elven races. Moon elves are the most common type in Faerun, also called silver elves. They have fair skin, sometimes tinged with blue, and hair of silver, white, black, or blue. What you could be, I mean, like, you don't need to. Your character could be a mixed parentage thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been from a moon elf family, so you're more like part of the world, and that may be why you're working as like a lowly caravan guard as opposed to being caught up in your family stuff. But your coloring may come from like a Sun Elf parent or something like that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
It also fits with your whole academic thing. I mean, the Moon Elves are kind of academic as well too, but maybe you've got that as part of your background as well.
Well, yeah. Well, and I think I'm in that, it's not quite midlife for me, but I'm in that 100-year elven crisis stage where I've got to, figure out something else to do because academic life has been good for me, but
second life, get a sports car.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend an unreasonable amount of money on Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Erlich, what about you? You're thinking maybe Tethir?
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's from Melderoth, if you ask him.
Okay.
He's from Melderoth, and he's a land ruled over by cruel matrons, and he is an exile against the whims of his.
Is he insane? Like, is he genuinely like?
No, he likes the idea of coming up to this far north where he can be himself. Yeah. He's like 17, man.
Yeah, like, yeah. No, and that's a good... Yeah, like, there is a reason that... Like, one of the reasons people make their way up to the Icewind Dale is to get the fuck away from things. Either people who want them or, just, debts or whatever.
In reality, his mother just wanted him to take over the noble estates, and that was just too... He was just choking under that yoke, so he's off doing...
Okay.
Off up here.
Mo, go ahead and say something.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, we can hear you again. Awesome.
Excellent.
So sorry, Mo, tell us about Thomas.
Thomas is on the caravan as a guard coming up here. He's done the run before because he does actually speak the local language.
Yeah.
I haven't really got much thought about his background. I think he was probably a 7th son or something of a minor landholder. I mean, a really small one.
Okay.
They probably had about 10 acres. So obviously he's...
One of the things about Forgotten Realms is that, like, there's not, at least around this region, there's not a lot of big kingdoms. Tethir is the closest thing that's south. It's the southern region of the Sword Coast, south of Baldur's Gate, and it's, like, kind of fallen to pieces because of the squabbling of the noble family.
Right.
So that's...
Well, yeah, maybe if there's a lot of squabbling going on, maybe I've left Baldur's Gate. For some
Baldur's Gate is a different. Baldur's Gate is sort of like the Mos Eisley of the Forgotten Realms of the Sword Coast. It's a high...
sorry, Sword Coast.
Yeah,
I've left the Sword Coast because of disagreements.
Sure.
Or,
Well, I mean, the thing is,
and
like,
I've been working as a caravan guard, shall we say?
Sure. If you want to be sort of that like minor noble thing too, maybe first off, that might be why Erlich and Thomas kind of know each other, and you may have collectively decided to avoid the assassins of rivals. Because that's kind of what's going on in Tethir right now, is that, like, there's, with the king and queen sort of out of the picture, every other noble is scheming and plotting and whatever else, so it may be a good place to go. And that's actually a storied kind of thing back to the gray box of what Tethir is supposed to represent.
Maybe, well, in that case, I don't really see, I guess I just see him being, like, I see this being a less chaotic kind of place, so maybe Am's maybe better.
Sure. So then you're going to have, you will likely have more dark skin, dark eye kind of features. Because that's what like the folks in Amn and Kalmshan kind of have.
Well, either he pushes Ash or whatever. Let's just go with Tethir, I guess. That kind of fits.
Okay.
He's getting about too hard of a time ashing his face if he's that way.
Sure.
He's good. Well, let's just say Tethir.
Store.
He's trying to ash his hair.
Tell us a bit about you.
So, let me see if I'm muted. Nope. So, Store is a Luskin. He grew up on the ships like many people there.
Yep.
And then eventually ran into some trouble doing his privateering, and then joined soldiery completely, and has been doing that ever since. But he is a wanton gambler, and so he has very little besides his armor and his sword. He doesn't even have a bow, which he is well trained in.
That's great. He gambled it away.
He even lost his heavy fur cloak on the last trip. Arrived. So he has now stolen a horse blanket, and he wraps that around himself as we're moving into wherever we're coming into.
Yeah, love it. Okay, and then George, tell us about Oswald.
I am just a simple I am just a simple cook, gardener, tailor, loyal sidekick. Do we have to whoever the most worthy character in here would be? Kev, you pick that. Whoever the person is, I'm the loyal.
I mean, so
sidekick of someone.
Store sounds like the one who is the sort of like the most senior, most seasoned of all.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he also is a gambler like you, so that may
very
be
charismatic.
Yeah.
Well, and yes, and my main skills are in cooking, gardening, and tailoring.
Nice. Excellent. All right, so he's sort of the greasy spoon chef in the caravan heading up. So to give you a sense of how long you've been traveling, it's been about a month since you set out. The caravan itself would have set out from Luskin on. Where is it here?
Oh, and who is it that's my boss anyway? That's my master.
Well, there's someone who you've hired on with a caravan a guy who runs the caravan, but that's really it. There's
to be determined.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the person you can say that you answered a Store if you like. I mean, Store sounds like he's been because of his Myrmidon kit. He's probably the most experienced and most obvious soldier, so he may be the one who sort of is the default, sergeant. Let's see here. The caravan set out on the 30th of Elysius, which is like August. So you guys have been traveling now for almost, coming up on 4 weeks of travel. It was on the 11th of Atlantis when you guys hit the north-south pass, which leads into the Icewind Dale. And that is when you found that winter has come early and has come very hard to the Icewind Dale. Kola, how old is your guy? Did you roll his age, or?
I did not roll. I just kind of put 50.
Sure. Let's take a look here. That's
happy to be whatever though.
No, that sounds about right.
Figured that's like early middle age for dwarf.
Let's see. So starting age for dwarf is 40, and then you normally roll 5d6 to add on to that, so that you be.
Oh, then here I'll
50
just.
works.
Yeah, 50 is totally within. Yeah, so 54.
Well, yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, this may be the worst winter you recall. Like this is it's crazy that you actually have doubts that you will actually make it all the way through to Bryn Shander, the sort of the stop off for the caravan, where the caravan will unload everything, and then you will of course head off towards the Dwarven Valley later. So let's see here. This will take place. Hold on. We want to talk about if there's anyone else. Now, does anyone else think they have any other purpose or any character hook here beyond just being part of the caravan? And this is something you guys can call for your characters. Like if you want your characters to have, there is a, there's different ways of doing buy-in, and whether you have these buy-ins or not, it doesn't really matter for the purpose of the adventure. It just is a different way of engaging with the material. You can be on the run from someone. You could be bounty hunters. You could be Harper agents. And if you're not familiar with the Harpers are kind of a generic, do-good conspiracy that has actions and activities going on across the realms. Do any of those appeal to you guys, or do you think it's just generic caravan guards?
Well, Store is definitely on the run. He's been on the run for quite some time from a high captain in Luskin.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Erlich's on the run from his mother, who wants him to grow up and assume the responsibilities.
Okay.
But he has done this caravanning for some time now. That's how he stays away, as he's constantly gone from Luskin.
Yeah. Well, and the prospect of wintering in the Icewind Dale is probably, that's 6 months of free and clear, not being pursued by anybody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay. And it's neat that, like, the Icewind Dale is sort of presented as, like, This is not the right analogy, but like, Venezuela in the late 40s, where it's just like, all sorts of ne'er-do-wells show up and then sort of go and do their own thing, and they just keep them, as long as they keep to themselves, no one else really bothers them. But yeah, how about anyone else? Anyone else have a more a connection beyond the?
Mine is just to serve whoever and we haven't figured this out yet, but whoever the either most powerful or wealthiest of the PCs is.
Okay.
That's who I'm here following.
Oswald the Obsequious. Got it.
Yes, exactly. So whichever one of the and who did you say is the most powerful or wealthiest, or is that to be determined?
I think you're all broke at this point, so
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally took a vow of poverty, so
Yeah.
I'm here to help and cook food and sharpen knives, and you guys him hands.
Okay.
Possibly me if I decide to actually assume my responsibilities, but that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Well,
What about anyone else have anything? Erlich is on the run. Thomas, are you on the run as well, or do you have a more substantial connection to any of these other hooks? And again, it's completely your call here, guys. Like, it's not doesn't really matter for the purpose of the campaign. Just it gives us a different way of engaging this stuff. Kola, we know, is coming home. What about so Gorwin and Thomas are the only two guys. Are you just traveling as caravan guards, or you got some other more secretive purpose?
I think it's really just wanderlust for Gorwin, right? He's trying to go out and see the world, and if he gets stuck in Icewind Dale for a while, well, then he'll figure out what's going on in Icewind Dale.
Okay.
I think just thinking about reasons why I'd be coming back home, we could. The reasons why I left originally are kind of neither here nor there, but perhaps Kola's maybe a relative, his mother or father is ailing, and he received a missive that of this news, and so he's returned home to be with his let's say mother.
Love it.
In her final time.
That's cool, because that's also like you may be like a last minute addition to the caravan, right?
Yeah.
You may not
and I think given the fact that some of the people are like on the run or whatever, I had to go with lawful good, and I'm a cleric or a priest. So, and if I were to add to that, I'm part of the Harpers.
Yeah.
This could be an interesting dynamic.
So, do you want to be part of the or like have a connection with the Harpers, or do you?
We could. I mean, my understanding was that it was typically bards who would be part of that.
Bards are one of
the name, but
the agents of the Harpers are drawn from far and wide.
Okay.
So if you want them,
they're just generally like do-gooder kind of.
Yeah, they're sort of like I mean, it depends on who you ask. I mean, anyone in sort of the like Zento Keep region will just say they're fucking troublemakers. But in other areas, they are seen as sort of they fight oppression, they fight evil wizards, they fight malicious organizations, things like that. So
I think my only real context for them is it Ed Greenwood's Spellfire, the first of the Chandril saga, with like one of the first appearances of Elminster. That's my only understanding of.
We've already got a really good connection for why you're coming back here. So that's
let's leave it then.
Yeah. There. So then, Mo, what about Thomas? Oh, sorry, Tom. Mo, you're really, really quiet again. I don't know if the gain something right down. There you go.
I just turn it down when I'm not talking.
Okay.
I imagine he's trying to avoid getting caught up in all the trouble down south, and as like as one of the lower numbered sons, he's sort of somewhat expendable in the power games. So he's just trying to avoid getting the wrong end of a gang fight in an alley somewhere. And
so, do you think
he's also heard about adventure, so he's decided to come up here and do something a little less dangerous.
Okay. Do you think Erlich and Tom actually know each other, or do they just maybe one recognizes the other one has an Tetherian accent, or what?
I don't. I mean, I think he's trying to not come off as Tetherian, obviously. So I don't think he would. I think he'd almost intentionally, at least for now, kind of avoid Tomas a
Okay,
little bit.
sure.
Would be my thought on that.
Okay.
Just because Tomas would probably pick up on it pretty quickly, and I think Tomas would probably get pissed off because like I don't think Ehrlich was nearly as the kind of danger that Tomas was. So like, and he just wants to take off just because. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then it sounds like Store, you're the one who's sort of organizing this rabble to keep them all in line. Okay, so guys, then I think what we'll do is we'll open with this is about 10 days before you guys will reach Bryn Shander. So you've made your way into the Icewind Dale, and again, like it's crazy how cold and how much snow has already come in. You can barely see the caravan trail that leads up towards Bryn Shander is barely visible over the blowing, the drifts of blowing snow. This reminds you of the heart of winter, Kola, when even in the worst depths of the winter months, this is so early and so fierce. It's unlike anything you've experienced in your time. And I think this scene starts off with you guys hanging around camp. So let's move you over to a camp here, and we're just going to focus on our heroes for the purpose of this one. So you guys are all hanging around. What do you think that you were doing? We'll say this is about mid-afternoon, probably late afternoon. You guys have made camp for the day. There are no places to stop, really. Like, there's no roadside inns or stuff in the Icewind Dale. You make your way up towards the town, and you stay in the town. So you've got the caravan has probably set up some a circle of wagons and has made their camp as well too. What would we see your characters doing with the scant hours that you have, before you hit the sack?
Well, I would like to see if I can help anyone, and if there are any. Being religious myself, I would like to see if there are people who are part of the town that are in need of assistance.
Well, again, you're not in a town. You're camped on the road.
Part of the caravan.
Yeah.
Then I would help. Then I would want to help those that are suffering from the bitter cold.
Sure. No shortage of that on the caravan for sure. Okay.
I think Kola will be doing likewise.
Okay. Store, what about you or...
So Store is moving about, he's shivering, he's got a horse blanket over his shoulders, and he's going around and making sure everything's taken care of and stowed away. He's expecting trouble. If winter's already starting, then certainly we could be attacked by starving animals or whatever. So.
Yeah. Okay. Gorwin, what are you thinking?
I was thinking Gorwin, since Kola is from Icewind Dale, he's probably kind of hanging on to Kola and asking him questions about, well, what's the region like, and what do we know about all these different towns, and what can you tell me about, and the dwarf holes? Tell me about those.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
We'll share some information. We'll fill in the particulars of that between now and next session. But so you guys, what we'll say is that this will afford both of you a good, Kola, you're from here, so you'll have a good understanding of where things are and whatnot. But Gorwin, you'll have a rough understanding of where, the different settlements are and whatnot. Okay, so what about Ehrlich and Thomas?
Well, I think Thomas would probably do a quick circle of the camp about 500 meters out.
Okay.
Just to see if there's anything going there. He does have survival.
Do you... I'm
just really sort of casing the area.
Okay.
Because I'd like the others, I might be a bit worried if it's this cold. Maybe wolves or something might be forced to go near humans to try and because their normal diet's sort of down so much.
Yeah.
So just really case the area and just
and
that would probably be like an hour, and then sort of just circle it very nearby, and then come back and warm myself by the fire, I think.
I think for the last 3 days you've heard the howls of wolves in the distance as well too. So you know, does anyone have animal handling or animal lore?
I have animal handling.
Animal handling, okay. No animal lore though. Okay, so then, yeah, I mean, I think that the story you've been up here long enough to know that like the wolves are stalkers, so they will they may be like keeping an eye on the camp. So you're gonna have to be quite careful in the evening to keep an eye out for them. And last one, Erlich. What is Erlich kind of doing at this point?
Well, his soul demands to be much like Tomas and away from the camp, and but his body is cold, so he is sitting by the fire, staring pensively into it as the light reflects from his piercing blue eyes.
Okay.
With his sword out.
Okay, so you guys are Oswald. You've been I think Erlich is sitting around a campfire here. And Oswald, you've been monitoring a big pot of stew on the cooking fire as well.
I'll make everybody some stew, and I'd like to share with them some ale.
Nice. So Kola and Gorwin, you come back, and Gorwin, you're again like, so you've got the one community on one side of the valley, and there's the other one on the other side. And Kola, how are you taking this remorseless grilling about your hometown?
I'm trying to be polite about it, conscious of the fact that because I'm a native to the area, conscious of the fact that this is going to be Gorwin's first kind of encounter with our people, and I don't want to give a good first impression. But I'm thinking it's been like 15 years, maybe, since Cola's been here, so. He's trying to. I'm trying to gently push back and clarify that, like, take all of this with a grain of salt, because it's been a while and I don't know if everything is still valid.
Okay. How is Gorwin taking that? Do you think he's understanding the gentle rebuffing he's getting, or is he oblivious to the fact?
I suspect it's the sort of thing where he is oblivious right now, and in his tent tonight he'll be like, "Oh, that's what he meant."
I like Corwin.
Okay, so then, yeah, and then what we see is Tomas and Stor kind of get back at the same time, having in Stor, you notice that once again Tomas has been like way outside the fence, as it were, checking on the. How is Thomas describe it? Is it as like reconnoitering, or?
Yeah, he's sort of just just about outside what we can see. He's just going around looking for tracks, anything suspicious. He's carrying his bow out, so if he sees a rabbit or anything, he'll try and take it for the pot. But yeah, just really to see, case the area, reconnoiter it.
Okay.
Because obviously we've heard the wolf, so he's not worried, but he just wants to make sure he's doing his job. For sure, yeah.
And all right, so let's do this. I'm going to have, because we're breaking you in here, we're going to get you to do two things here, Andrew. First off, would you kindly give me a D10 roll? Nice. So what you were rolling for is rolling for surprise. We're seeing if your characters are surprised. One of the ways where a surprise works differently in this than in other things is you cannot cast spells during a surprise round. Yeah, there's not sufficient time to do that. So, what happens, guys, is... Oh, let me roll randomly here. You're sitting down, and... I don't... Okay, it's 15... That's about right. A little more. What you guys can hear, first thing it's the sound of maybe your stomachs, growling as Oswald turns over the stew, and the aromatic smell kind of goes around, and he hands you out your glasses of ale that take a little bit of the bite of the winter away from you. But to the north, coming around that one parked wagon there, you hear the sound of a low growl. And what we see walking around there are 5 hungry wolves. This is, you do not need to make any kind of rolls. I think Gorwin and Stor, you know this, that for these things to be so bold as to come right into camp and come and get you, this is very unusual activity from these things. So, what we do, guys, in AD&D, so the way the AD&D works with initiative is you roll a d10, and then you will each, we're going to have one party member roll for initiative. You then add each individually the weapon speed or the casting time or the action speed for whatever you're choosing to do for the round. And you're going to put that in chat. So I'm going to trust that you're going to know what you're going to do. If you're going to cast a spell, just remember what spell you're going to cast, and then we roll initiative. So before you effectively declare your action before we roll. Then what we do is we go from the lowest up to the highest, and we go through in that order for who is doing what. So you don't need to declare your action. It's not like Ash where you're typing out what you're doing. Just keep it in your mind, and all I need to see is a number of what your total of the speed of your action, if it's the weapon speed, the casting time, or the action speed, plus whatever the initiative roller rolled. Once the initiative roller loses the initiative roll, then it passes to the next person. Otherwise, we roll initiative again each round. Who has weapon specialization? I think Gorwin does, Storr does, Oswald does. Oh god, everyone. Fighter levels going around. The way that I just manage the multiple attacks, and for those of you who play with me regularly, these old school games, you know this, we just do every second round is your optimized round. So on an even round, you get the more favorable attack rate. On an odd round, you just the less favorable attack rate. So no one is surprised in this round. So let's first just everyone figure out what they want to do. You can see that these things have come around the corner. And once everyone has, I'm going to assume this is everyone has got their, their decision made here. Andrew. Oh, again, so Mo, you don't need to put your full action in. All I need is just the number. And the thing is, again, you do that after we roll initiative. We haven't rolled initiative yet.
The 6 was the initiative, right? All right.
Yeah, that's okay. So now, Andrew, what I need for you to do, and then remember, you want to roll low because then your action comes up faster.
Mm-hmm.
Beat my 5. Roll a d10, please.
D10. Nope.
7. Your glorious run on initiative comes to a crashing end. So now, 2-7, add whatever your action is. So if you're casting a spell, add your casting time to 7. Add your weapon speed to 7. Mo, yeah, perfect. Add your 7 to that. Okay, and then my first action is going to be on an 8, guys. And maybe I should turn the page from Dracolich.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Real story. This is your introduction, Andrew. And you fight a dragon and you die. What'd you think?
You die. Yeah.
2 hours to make a character, 2 minutes to kill him.
Great.
Excellent. Okay, so then first up is going to be Cola. Oh no, so you don't roll initiative individually, George. All you do is whatever you're choosing to do. What does your character want to do this round?
I'm going to move to the middle of the party.
So you're just going to move, or are you going to move and attack?
No, I'm going to draw my daggers.
Yep.
Move to basically the middle of the party and see what everyone else is doing.
Okay, so if you're moving, it's a 0 speed action. So then you will be acting on a 7. Okay. So just enter 7 in there, and then we go from lowest up to highest. So first up is Oswald. So Oswald, if all you're doing is moving, you can move up to 4 squares.
So if they attack us, you're not going to be able to attack back. Don't they? So I just want you to know that. But if you want to be able to attack, just add your dagger speed factor to it, and then you'll be able to attack.
Exactly.
If they come in here.
Yeah. Okay. So Oswald's going to move. Next up is Tide, is Cola, and the Wolves. So Cola, what are you doing?
You said we're not surprised, right?
Not surprised, no.
So I can use magic.
Absolutely.
I would like to cast Bless on the party.
Nice! So what does Bless do?
Well, there's no reason to hold on to it. Oh god, let me bring this back up again. But it gives some bonuses to some people.
Yep.
To the party. Sorry, the page got away from me.
That's okay.
Oh god. Sorry, I'm on. Oh god, it flipped to like. Oh, I need to get
Bless
back
is
to
on
B.
109.
That is super helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, raises morale, attack rolls, saving throws. So it's one round. I need all my components. So I'm not sure what to roll though.
One sec here. I'm gonna check one thing. I'm not sure.
Oh, actually, this is just all it does is affects.
I think it's +1 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah.
But only to. So I think it's just fear-based. Spell raises morale, attack rolls, and saving throws against fear effects by 1 for all allies in range. So I don't know how useful it'll actually be, or how scared you guys are of a bunch of wolves,
We should all be scared.
especially people with no armor. Looking at you, D&D.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Because this casting time of Bless is 1 round, it's not 1. If there's a number listed there, that's what's added to your initiative roll. Because it is 1 round, it requires a round to actually cast, and it goes into effect at the end of the last round of casting time. So you'll be spending. It doesn't actually trigger until the end of this round. So everyone's had their turn.
Okay. All right.
What that also means is you do not want to get hit, because if you get hit, it disrupts the spell.
So maybe, can I move as well? Is that...
You can move half your move and then start casting it. Although this is a full round cast, so I don't know. I think that's...
Like in this game, sorry, just like understanding the mechanics then, moving and an action are not separate like they are in 5th or in Pathfinder.
What you're choosing to do is your action will tell you how far you can move. Normally you can move half your speed and then move, but this is so I'll let you do that. But you can't move after you cast. So basically you can move half your move. Your move, I believe, is 40, so you can move 2 squares, and then you can start your casting.
Okay, I might...
You guys have this?
Well, I mean, at the risk of being that guy, 2 squares, I might actually kind of go to the center of the party with
behind the halfway.
Can he go? Well, it's 40 feet, right? So he could go 4 squares.
No, but you can only move half your combat move when you're casting.
No, I don't. Well, 20. I mean, yeah, but if his movement is 40.
His movement is 20. Kevin misspoke because he's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Oh, he's a
Movement
dwarf.
for the rest
He's
of
a
us.
dwarf.
Yeah.
That's right. He's a dwarf. That's right.
Yeah. I will hide behind the archer.
Gorwin. All right. So then next up is the wolves. Wolves have a pretty badass move. Yes, I mean, next campaign you should play some wolves. They're really fast. Okay, so then, let's see here. Their move actually is divided by 3 times 10 is K. So I can move. I can charge, actually. Oswald.
They're good wolves.
Comes charging in you, Tom. They're going to have a penalty to hit because they're charging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I actually can't get to you, so these ones are just running up. That one will come running up as well. And that one will come running up as well. Okay, so I have 2 that are potentially attacking. Oswald has an AC of 10, which is not great. So the cook, apparently we've talked about this last time, or last session as well too, in our Night Below one, but I think because you're the cook, you're just covered with like sauces and, you know, spices, so you smell delicious. That's clearly why this thing's coming in. Okay. Oswald is hit. This thing slams into him and sinks its fangs in. And Oswald, you only take 2 points of damage, though. So it's not too bad. It's more a loss of face. So what you're going to do is click on your token, click on the red circle, and then hit -2, and that should update, and then enter, and that should update for you. Thomas, this thing comes crashing into you. Tom, your AC is a 7. That is a miss. So it gets in there, but Tom, you kind of kick it your feet out, and you keep that thing at a distance. Next up is... What did I lose? Oh, there we go. Next up is Erlich and Store. What are you guys doing?
All right. So Store's gonna. What is it? It's 6 for humans.
Yes. Yeah.
So 5. So half of that is what? 2 squares. 3
Three
squares.
squares.
No,
4
human-
squares
so-
for humans for half
Yeah.
combat move.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll move up here and attack the one that just tried to eat my good friend Elderberry.
Yeah. Oh, the one that bit Elderberry is the one that's actually next to Elderberry. Did you want to move?
I moved right in front of him, didn't I?
You move next to
How,
Tom.
how do I get rid
Oh
of every?
shoot. I'm gonna help Tom, I guess.
You're on your own.
Well, there's 3 of them, so
Sure.
I'll
Yeah.
help,
Yeah.
I'll help Elderberry.
Okay. So, Store, go ahead and make your attack roll. This is round 1, so it's 1 attack. Nice. And Hobbs, I just noticed your role playing in chat. Okay, so now that is a miss. However, you guys have 6 points of Astonishing Fortune, and we have 10 minutes left in the session. So, do you want to?
Oh, true.
You want to re-roll that?
Burn it.
I'll use 1.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll.
Trying.
Nice. Oh, thanks, Arlen, too. You're filling the role of John tonight. Okay, that is a big hit. Holy shit. Hobbs. So, what? Let me roll. These things.
One-handed?
Yeah. Hobbs does not fuck around. Yeah, so
Store doesn't. I do.
so this is a big tough wolf as well too. I just rolled hit points for it. So what does it look like as you take this massive thing down?
So, like I said, Store threw back his blanket, marches up there, and just comes down and just chops it in half.
Nice. Gets it down. All right. Then also on 13. Sorry, I was 13. Erlich, I'm acting before you. Erlich, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay, so Erlich is being rudely shocked out of his pensive moments.
Yep.
And grabs his Voidbringer, and he's gonna get up here. Can he get up here and attack diagonally? Is that allowed?
Get up where?
Or you
Sorry?
Are diagonal attacks allowed?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, he'll get up here and hack at this one.
Sure. Go right ahead.
All right.
Oswald, your pale, ashy friend is coming to your rescue.
That's right. Normally Voidbringer prefers to drink deep in the souls of sentient humans, but Wolf will have to suffice.
I love that it's like a 6 GP sword. It's Voidbringer.
It was worth of that. It was I forgot what it was, but it was. You had to get
7.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Where's the rolls? Where's the rolls on this thing?
It'll be at the end. The one on the far right is the one to attack. The ones for damage are next to each of the individual dice. So just roll your attack first. It'll prompt a bunch of modifiers. Just quick kip. Clicking
gotcha.
okay.
So do I click the okay? So that.
Yeah, click the one that says hit, and then click through the modifiers.
Yeah.
Did I just did it? Oh, geez, there's a lot of modifiers.
Yep. AC 3. That is a big hit.
That'll hit. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
nice. So go ahead. This is a small or medium-sized creature.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh.
Oh, that's it. All right.
That was not good. Let's see here. That may be that is definitely not enough to hurt it or to kill it. So you do hit, but this thing is just I think you're thrown off by the amount of snow on the ground or something, and
no, Voidbringer doesn't have its appetite whetted by this wolf. That's the deal.
Voidbringer, maybe I should have more appropriately said what time it was bringing the void, because it did not bring it in.
It did not bring it.
Void is still, it's on layaway. We expect it to be in.
It's still a Tetherian time.
Yeah. So there's the, you guys can see the bar now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you hit that thing. All right. Next up is Thomas.
Well, he had the bow out and he had it strung, so
So firing into melee is -3, and on a roll of on that 1, 2, 3, you hit an ally.
Yeah.
But there are wolves that are not engaged though. So if you want
I was just thinking, do I have to move to not shoot through people?
No, don't worry about that.
Or we don't worry about that. Okay, in that case, he'll take 2 shots at the.
Well, the way that
one
multiple
that's going-
attacks work, you make your 1 attack, and then at the end, if you're using this, it's the same source
right.
of multiple attacks. We do at the end of the round.
Right, so he's going to
Yeah,
shoot
so-
at the one that's coming down towards Kolash on the other side.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
that one.
Go right ahead. Make your attack roll.
So these are medium creatures, presumably, are they?
Yeah, well, don't. But that's damage. You got to roll to hit first.
Yeah. Right, here we are. Come on.
It'll keep prompting modifiers, so just keep clicking through
Yeah,
those.
I'm just trying to... right. Oh, dear me.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Well, no, this is just... Oh, hench persons. No, there we are. Short bow is... Oh, right, yes, hit.
Okay.
Strength bonus?
Keep hit.
I'm
Okay.
just doing what he's doing.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just hit. Okay. Oh my god, that's not a AC 20. So.
Yeah, I
roll
think
right.
that skied right over the top.
I think someone went wrong there.
You might have clicked through the modifiers too fast. If it doesn't populate each field,
All right.
then it doesn't work
We'll try
right.
that again then, shall we?
Yeah, try again.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay,
We had
hit.
that problem with jail.
Yeah.
Strength bonus. Dex bonus. Miss bonus 0.
There you go. Okay, and that is actually good enough to hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
So these are small and medium.
Small, correct. Yeah. Let's see how many hit points this sucker has. Ooh, boy.
It's saying I should use a strength bonus, but this is a bow.
Ignore it. It won't apply that.
All right. Well, how did I get 9 on a D6 if it's not applying it?
Oh,
I'm
it
not sure
did.
it's working.
It did because your bows are weighted for you when you buy them, so you get your strength.
Oh, right. Oh, I
bonus.
see.
No, that's only
Yeah,
on
either.
composite bows.
Yeah, only on
Yeah.
Only on composite. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so, I mean, well, that's fine. We back out your strength bonus, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
6
D6
points of
then.
damage.
Just
Okay, so-
unclick it. Unclick strength bonus on the bow, and then it won't do that for damage anymore. Probably.
Ah, sorry.
No,
Yes.
unclick on damage, not on
Yeah.
strength. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Because you do get your strength bonus to hit on melee weapons in AD&D.
This is a bow, though.
Yeah, you still get on that
Unranged
too.
weapons.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, you get it on everything in AD&D. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so that was your first shot. Let's see here, and then Gorwin, your turn. What are you doing?
I am gonna take a first shot on that same one right
Okay.
there.
Go ahead.
All right. Do.
Holy shit, good hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Five damage.
5 more. Okay. These things seem huge because oh, that was the wrong thing. Not 57. Plus 53. There we go. Minus 5. How about that?
You
There
can
you go.
afford a longbow, Gorwin. Nice.
He's living large. So your shot goes off, and then we have second volleys. I don't think anyone else has any other action. So Thomas and Gorwin, go ahead and make your second shots.
Okay, I'll do mine first then. Right.
And then Bless will go off. You guys will get +1 to hit. Pretty good. Okay. Go ahead, guys. Make your attacks.
Yeah, sorry, this is a bit... Character sheet's a bit...
Well, maybe, yeah. Remember, you can condense the character sheets just by double-clicking on it, and then it'll stay in the same place. Okay, so Gorwin, that is a miss. Thomas, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage, Thomas. And Gorwin, do you want to use an Astonishing Fortune point?
Sure.
Yeah. Burn away that XP bonus. Nice. Wow, well spent. Okay. So 5 damage. And come on. Nice. Okay. Boom. That thing's gone.
Yay.
All right. So with a couple arrows in it, that one's gone. The second one's gone. We're going to roll morale for these things. So that's the end of the round, guys. And what does that look like as your bless spell goes off, Cola?
I think I'll mutter the incantation, wave my arms in a hoo 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 kind of way, and I guess a light white kind of aura will not emanate from me, but will emanate around each of my my allies momentarily, like a flash, and then
Yeah.
it's gone. After that,
Nice.
nothing visible, so
So
you don't feel any different.
Your battle prayer goes off. Awesome. All right, then. You lost initiative, so Mo, it's going to pass to you. Everyone decide what you're doing this round. And then we'll ask Mo to roll 1d10, so everyone knows what they're doing. Mo, beat my 7. So just give us a 1d10 roll. Go. Nice! 3. Okay, so add whatever the speed is of your action to that. Guys, I'm acting on a 7. Okay. All right, we got everyone. Okay, it looks like I'm acting before anybody.
Can you break up the attacks, by the way, with movement? Like, since we get 2 attacks this turn? Okay, so attack, move, and then attack.
Yeah. But you, again, like if you're using it from the same source, you have to do that at the after everyone gets 1 round of attacks.
Sure, yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so these things, Oswald, Ehrlich, and Store, would you each give me an attack of opportunity, please? Because these things are GTFO now.
Is that a 2nd edition rule?
What's that?
Attacks of opportunity. I don't remember ever having those in 2nd edition.
They just don't call them. They've been in D&D forever. It's just they don't call them attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, they don't call it that.
What do they call them? Just
if it's like a free
just says
strike.
if you move out of combat, melee combat without, you have some options. Just like, I mean, even in basic, they had attack of opportunity if you fled.
Yeah. That was always really worded weirdly, but
okay. Attack rolls, guys.
Is it a D20?
+1 we
D20
get.
hit or just roll damage.
Plus it's
attack.
Yeah, just to attack. And you get +1 to hit for the bless as well.
Okay.
That does not help Store. Oh no! Make sure you're using the weapon chart on your character sheet there, George, because we don't want to have to do the math to try and figure out what your THAC0 is and your bonuses and stuff like that. When the sheet will do it yourself. Nat 20 from Ehrlich. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Do I get to add the damage to it? The +1 for that, or is it just the attack roll? For the bless.
I can't remember. Is bless give a bonus to damage or attack?
No damage for bless.
No damage bonus. Okay, so just.
God dang it! I have the worst.
Okay, hold on. What's your strength, Ehrlich?
Just 15, so I don't get a shrink bonus.
Oh no. Okay, that's why.
Yep. All right.
Oh, your stats are not.
It's okay.
So unfair.
I got a 16 in Constitution.
Oh shit! And that was the second time rolling, right?
What did you make? What is your character?
A fighter.
You didn't specialize with your two-handed sword?
I did.
Well, you
plus-
get
plus 2
+1,
damage.
+2. Yeah.
Oh, do I get damage bonuses?
Yeah,
for
specialization gives you
specialization?
+2 damage.
Yeah, that's what I was curious last time you rolled, because you should have a +1 for that, and it wasn't coming through.
Okay, so then if I get a +2 for damage, I should be 3 then, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the damage from the last round as well.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so Oswald, an 18 is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage of your dagger against a small or medium creature.
Okay.
I'll do that then.
Oops.
So one of the things, Andrew, so you know what's going on behind the screen here is morale is a very important rule in AD&D Second, where at different things can trigger a chance of the enemies just running off. So the kind of cool thing is that not every combat encounter, in fact, rare will it be that you'll fight till the last standing thing. Intelligent living creatures will often just run when the battle's turning against them.
But in this game, there's an actual mechanic to determine that. Versus in 5e, I would just decide.
See, and that's the thing. The fun thing is it takes the accusation of like DM bullshittery. I'm never going easy on the characters by making a big group of tough enemies run away when they're on the ropes, and I'm never making a shitty enemy fight through to the bitter end. It's always because there is a random mechanic to it. It's not the DM's hand that's doing that.
That's why undead are so scary, because they don't make morale checks.
They don't make morale checks, and they have level drain, and undead are awesome in AD&D.
Yeah. On the other hand, that's why clerics get to turn them. Like that's
okay.
Yeah.
Oswald, what does it look like as you leap on this wolf that attacked you and you kill it?
I killed it with a D4 damage.
Yep. I think that Ehrlich may have helped with his two-handed sword, but
oh, okay.
He loosened the jar.
I probably just, it's probably dying from its own weight than falling on top of my dagger as I'm Probably just got the dash out. Probably just really falls on top.
I'm imagining you're sort of waving, and it's there. Go away, and it's sort of rambles.
Yes, that's great. Get out of here. All right. So that wolf is down. You have 3 wolves that you downed in the camp, and the other 2 go running off into the darkness, or the coming darkness of the night. You can still hear them barking and howling as they run away. So, guys, that will bring us to the end of our first combat and our first session. So I'm hoping for those of you who are new to AD&D second, that'll give you an idea of what a combat, like what a round would be like, and how you take your actions. Now, one thing that is not in the player's handbook or in the For Gold and Glory is the class-based XP. I use that in Night Below, and I like it a great deal, so we're using it in this as well. What it means is that if you do things that are specific to your different classes, you can get extra XP. So, where is it here? For clerics. For each spell that you cast to further your ethos, which I would think a battle prayer would definitely do that, you get 100 XP per spell level. So, Cola, you're going to get 100 XP on top of whatever everyone else gets. For those of you who are warriors, you get 10 XP per level per hit dice of creature. And you guys faced 15 hit dice of creatures today, so you're going to get 150 XP. Nice. That's on top of whatever other things. And if you are multi-class, you apply that to your fighter class and not to your thief one. I'm trying to think what else we got here. We only got one other multi-class. So that you did not make use of any of your thief special abilities. You didn't backstab, you didn't sneak or hide or whatnot, so you're not getting any XP for that. But you do get access to that. And then if you use a granted power like your command cola, you also get XP for that. So, then the general XP. How many points of Astonishing Fortune do we have left over?
4. Right?
I think
4. Yeah.
4? Okay, so you get 50 for each of those. That's another 200 into the pot. All right, guys. So, for today's session, on top of your individual XP, you gain. And those of you who have a 16 or higher in your prime requisite, and I think that's, Andrew, you have that, you'll gain 10% extra in XP.
Oh, nice.
By the way, 1, 2,
The
3.
prime requisite, just the ability scores that we needed to meet.
Yes. Well, it's not you had minimums you needed to qualify for the class, and then you also, if you have 16 or higher, you gain extra XP.
Yeah, okay.
So, yes, so each of you guys will gain 133 XP. 133 for today. So 133 plus whatever your extra XP, and then Oswald, you actually have to divide that by 2 and apply that to each of your classes individually.
Okay.
So that'll be
round, and you just round, and the round goes for either side.
Yeah, you can pick whatever side. So it'll be 66 or 67 for each of your classes. So cool. All right. Well, we are on our way. We have most of our characters. We've got some new people who are joining tomorrow as well. So for those, I guess for the players, again, just to reiterate, what we're going to play is, for the duration of the quarantine, we'll do this on Fridays and Saturdays, with the exception of Saturdays when we're playing Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. We already have
Saturdays and Sundays. You said Fridays.
But it was.
Fuck, what am I talking about here? Jesus.
Yeah.
We are playing.
I have no
We're
sense of
playing
what
something
day.
on Friday,
Yeah,
but
not this. Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons, we're playing this. If you can make it, that's great. If you can't make it, that's okay. We'll just drop your character back in. We're going to do the same thing we did.
What times on Sunday afternoons?
Sunday afternoons are so Central. It's noon Central to 3 Central.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, well, I mean, I'll post on the Discord about this as well too, so you guys get a reminder. If you can make it, that's great. If you can't, then you just jump in and we'll act as if your character was just watching the horses. It's, I'm not particularly interested in coming up with elaborate explanations for your absences, because we're here to play a game, and we want to be able to get as many people to the table as we can. So that is the way we do that. So congrats, guys, on rolling up our first characters for the Legacy of the Crystal Shard. We will be back again tomorrow at noon Central Time. I guess first I'll just do the outro proper here. First off, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for the Session 0 and character creation for Legacy of the Crystal Shard. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of this video, or you can find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can shoot me an email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com, or you can find a link in the description of this video to get through to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to... Actually, I'll start a channel dedicated to this one. But we have channels dedicated to all the games that we run on the channel, as well as like general chat and find a game and a bunch of other stuff too. You can find all of us there and chat with us there, or a bunch of the other great people who have joined the community. In addition, there's a link in the description of this video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. At the time of recording, this is during the COVID-19 crisis, so everyone is at home, and there's going to be a pretty substantial economic impact from this afterwards. If you find yourself with the wherewithal to make a donation to the SOS Children's Villages International charity that benefits from it, then please feel free to click through and see what rewards we have on offer for donors. But the thing we've been saying is, for the duration of the crisis, please take care of yourself, your family, and make sure that you are in a position where you may be able to be generous with your funds. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy. And last but not least, I want to thank my players. So, Andrew, Mo, Arlen, Brandon, Hobbs, and George, thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's a pretty great group of ruffians you got together here. I look forward to getting them into even more trouble when we actually kick off the campaign proper. So, until next time then, for those listening at home, thank you again for joining us. Until we see you again, please stay healthy, stay safe, and happy gaming.